hari ini kita bakal membedah dan membincangkan tentang House of the Dragon Season 1 Episode 2. Para panelis kita malam ini terdiri daripada saya, Nadzru Iskandar daripada BuzzPOP TV. Hadi tak dapat join kita malam ni, tapi Munif bakal mengganti. What's up bro?
What's up yo?
Seterusnya kaki Game of Thrones kita Justin. What's up bro?
Selamat malam semua. Let's get this shit going. Okay.
Hopefully malam ni tak ada blackout ya. Malam ni hopefully tak ada blackout.
Oh, tak ada. Harap tak ada. Harap tak ada sebab ada storm kan semalam. So malam ni okay. Cun.
Okay.
Ya.
Dan seterusnya kita punya kaki Game of Thrones kita Wan Muhammad. What's up bro?
Aku hampa sikit pasal episod ni. Aku tak nampak lagi dragon punya api bro. Aku tunggu je. Bakar. Dia tak bakar. Aku macam ni lah. Bakar. Depan mata kau je. Tapi tak bakar. Tapi ya okey lah. Dia nak set up kan baru second episode. So Bakar. Sabar.
By the way, sorry kita terpaksa start 30 minit lambat malam ni. Pasal Wan tak tengok lagi episod ni. So dia baru je tengok episod.
Aku pergi Dragonstone kejap tadi, ada masalah belum selesai. Betul. Lupa tengok sejarah sendiri. Awak datang balik. Lupa kan. Pergi Dragonstone.
So dengan itu kita bakal memulakan perbincangan kita malam ini dengan reaksi satu ayat. Alright, so reaksi satu ayat aku untuk episod kedua House of the Dragon adalah percaturan politik di sebalik tabir yang dapat menghambakan even a mighty king. Gila dua episod ni. So sebelum kita tanya para panelis kita tentang mereka punya reaksi, jom kita tonton dulu inside the episode bagi episod kedua House of the Dragon ni. So
you guys ready?
Let's go.
Okay.
Aku nak matikan music jap.
Okay,
alright,
so
silakan.
Inilah sejarah House Targaryen ni, episod nombor 2, inside the episode 1, 2, 3.
It seemed very important from the start to have her engaged and involved and interested in the royal politics.
I know those men and how they plot in their secret councils when I've been sent away.
Sini
This is a
macam
long road and it's a long learning process and you don't just get everything all at once.
The events of episode 2 domino into everything that's going to happen from there.
Your father loves you. He chose you for his heir.
And you.
Your father chose me.
We're talking about 6 months since Emma's death. We wanted to capture the idea that Rhaenyra, in spite of her being made heir, continuing to be the cupbearer with no real change in her life.
Wow. So everyone kind of resents her and they question her and they belittle her. So it's a bit confusing, I think. She feels very small.
She still has to study at her dad's feet, and that doesn't mean
Nak
that she
bagi dia
suddenly
jadi
has a
heir,
voice in the
tapi aku tak
council.
claim
And
dia
I
jadi
think that
heir.
all that stuff is really important for the kind of gradual evolution of Rhaenyra's character.
Jadi ornament.
Ni kan masa dia speak up kan.
Princess's towns. Why don't you take the princess to see about the new Kingsguard
Kita terus
posting,
kena
Commander? Fine idea.
Ni macam parlimen budak muda cakap mengesam.
Luas kan?
At the time that she chooses the Kingsguard, it's her first
Tapi yang
thing
best
she's
ya,
assigned to.
lepas tu dia pula
something that's done
in charge.
offhand that
Aku nak pilih
does
Mamat ni.
influence the course of
Kata,
the
oh shit.
Kristen Cole.
Actually
She
logic
smartly
tau.
sees, and the thing
Cara
when you
pemilihan ni.
start to see the calculations
Give her
of a
the best
future
impression
sovereign
yang last time.
operator.
Betul juga lah.
Is that in this time
Pernah lawan.
period,
Kita battle kan.
not many of the knights that are going to be put before you
Of course
have
she's
any
the
more
hardworking
than
one lah,
attorney
but also
experience.
they were competent.
Bonus.
She's basically saying, I'm going to pick the person who's going to do the job right. My father should be defended by a man who's no real combat. Should he not?
Yang bestnya,
She's smarter than
se-Kristen
they
ni,
think she is, and she's trying to prove it.
dia pun kalahkan Demon
You've got
Targaryen
two
kan.
great
So
figures
memang
in
ada
the story.
dia lah.
Betul juga.
We were aware that we needed to
Disqualified.
differentiate this scene from all other scenes.
I understand the order of things.
Yang ni style.
I'm not sure you
banter
do.
ni.
The queen who never was.
thing for us was to look at the way the patriarchy sees and conditions women to believe that they are of lesser value, and the way that women in power treat women in power.
When I'm queen, I will create a new order.
Oh, I wish that could be Rhaenyra. But the men of the realm already had their opportunity to appoint a ruling queen at the Great Council,
It was
and they
you.
denied it. They denied you, Princess Rhaenys.
Bukan
There's
tak
something
apa.
behind that
They
actually
Apply aloe vera.
cling to this idea that it is just that the status quo is fundamentally sexist and that the patriarchy cannot be touched.
I mean, it's the theme of the series, this particular story. Rhaenys is right. She saw it happen to her at the Great Council. She sees the same thing happening in a different way to Rhaenyra.
Men would sooner put the realm to the torch than see a woman ascend the Iron Throne.
Puh.
Viserys was kind of hoping the
Jadi pun-
Daemon problem had gone away. Of course, that's not really realistic.
Taking Massaria there,
Ini
setting up on
aku suka lah
Dragonstone,
match
all
ni.
of it is
Saya
Daemon's
tu.
search to
Pilihan
find
saya,
out who
pilihan
he is
saya
in the
abang.
first place.
Nak pilih
Dia buat
kahwin
macam
dulu.
bola.
Abomination with every breath
Lambung-lambung.
you sign your name, your house, and your brother's reign.
I think Rhaenyra's arrival saves probably a lot of lives, but it changes the tone. You know, it's the thing that she's been
Hand
building
of the
towards the
King
entire
ni
story.
mula
which
aku
is
ingat
wanting
Hobbiton
to do
tapi nampak
something,
dia
show
macam
her
dia
mettle,
pun
show
macam
her
tak tahu
worth
nak
as the
macam
heir
mana nak
to the
handle
throne,
benda ni tu.
and she does it in a
Satu
unique
Well
way.
said, right?
She's able to
Plan
fly
dia,
very
dia
good.
last
She's
kali.
also one of the few people in the world that Daemon will listen to.
She identifies with Daemon very much in that he's trying to get rise out
Tyler
of her
Daemon ni.
father, but she
Aku
also
suka orang-orang
feels
yang
somehow that
conflicted
he
ni.
has chosen to kind of get at her as well. He sees her as part of the problem, and she didn't choose to be heir. She did not wish to have something taken away from him, and I think she's venting to him as well.
Baling sikit.
Your Grace,
Macam bola.
the princess has
Itulah.
returned from Dragonstone.
Sial betul.
Dragonstone?
Viserys.
Sejak bila dia keluar? Sejak bila dia keluar?
Whereas at the same
tadi.
time can see the potential within her.
Aduh, useless betul King.
He sees
King
in
ni baik
her
sangat.
his
Tak
wife,
macam
and
tak macam
he
Targaryen tau. Baik
understands that this is why she
Hey.
was a good choice to be made heir.
He's
They
the-
find an understanding, and actually
he's the
it
dumb one.
allows them
Selfish.
to
Dia
talk
dia
about
dia
it in a way
letakkan
that they haven't
apa
before.
Rhaenyra sebagai heir sebab dia selfish je.
The Red
Itu
Keep has
sebenarnya.
lost a warmth, and I dare say it will never recover.
Yeah, it won't.
Pleases me to hear you say this,
It won't.
to know that I'm not alone in my grief.
Yeah,
The thing
enam
about
bulan je.
the king is
enam
it's a
bulan
very
je.
callous world.
Oh
My
my
wife's
God,
only
Siri
just been
terus gila
cremated, and you're asking me who I'm going to marry. It's pressure, pressure,
The
pressure.
part is
There
definitely
is this
laughing, though.
misunderstanding, which is
Kiki dia
Viserys
budak tu.
believing that he has to get married and he has to explain this to Rhaenyra, and Rhaenyra saying,
Okay,
whatever you
so
choose to
12,
do, I'm
double
okay with
digit.
it. Although what she should have said is, as long as it's not my best friend.
Pendek.
Puluh dah berdiri kan?
That she's holding space for the king while he mourns.
She does it out of kindness. She doesn't go intentionally to court the king. She
Really?
cares,
Yeah,
and
You
she's
sure?
seen her father go through the same grief that
Kalau aku
Viserys is
pun
going
pilih
through.
Isa.
I don't believe you.
Viserys, having someone who
man.
genuinely cares without having an ulterior motive of trying to get closer to him.
Aku,
And
aku
for
rasa
Alicent,
Yeah,
bapak
lah.
dia
just
tak boleh
someone
motif.
to
Dia
be
macam
with where
saya
she
ikut apa
feels
saya cakap
comfortable
lepas tu dia
and
pening.
not
Yeah,
overlooked.
dia ikut
We
juga.
really needed
Tapi
to take
slowly
our
she'll have the
time
ambition.
to show not only the courtship of Viserys and Alicent, but also the political maneuverings to make it happen, and to
She
understand
fixed
that
my
Viserys
action
is choosing
figure,
her
bro.
kind of against
She's
his
the
own
one.
self-interest in many ways.
I intend to marry
Dia gam balik
the Lady
Dragon
Alicent
Eye.
Hightower.
You can't tell every story, so where are you going to iris in and focus your storytelling time? It felt like Viserys' eventual decision to choose Alicent next was a big
We are
one.
no
because
longer
that's gonna have so many
BFFs.
repercussions down the line.
Yeah, man.
Damn.
We're taking a break.
No more BFFs.
We're
Alright.
taking a break.
Alright. Jadi dengan itu kita akan bertanya panelis, apakah reaksi satu ayat anda terhadap episod minggu ini? Kita mulakan dengan Wan Muhammad yang nampaknya kejung.
Oops. Stuck. Kenapa?
What?
Kenapa ni?
Tak tahu lah. What?
Can you hear me?
Okay.
Ya, boleh. Okey, silakan reaksi satu ayat.
Reaksi satu ayat aku. Pencaturan politik yang apa kita panggil tu, yang actually bagi aku agak common lah. Just aku nampak kat sini, kita boleh nampak dalam satu ayat aku, Rhaenyra disisihkan disebabkan what we call that, disebabkan convenient dia punya father dia punya convenient, tetapi dia sebenarnya tahu apa benda nak buat. He know how to do things, she know how to do things, but doesn't give it the chance. Itu je aku boleh cakap reaksi satu ayat kat sini lah. Sebab percaturan politik yang aku nampak, memang aku nak cakap betul lah, macam tak sekaning macam apa yang Game of Thrones buat dulu tau. Sebab dia tak set up yang Alicent Hightower ni macam mana dia boleh terus dia nak kahwin, it's really escalate very fast. And then satu lagi, kau boleh nampak yang macam itu convenient yang dia letak dia Alison kat situ, dan lepas tu rasa dia nak marry terus dengan Alison. Aku macam so the twist tak kuat lah bagi aku. But I really love the scene yang di mana bila dragon dengan dragon tu ada. Tu je lah aku nak cakap. Dragon tu tapi tak ada api.
Simpan dulu.
Lama dia simpan je. Janganlah sampai episode 4 pun nak keluar api. Geram aku.
Sampai season 3 bro. Sampai season 3.
Season 3 episod lah berkeluar api kan orang. Tapi itulah berapa pendapat aku. I don't know, maybe ada satu scene lain lagi pasal political yang kuat yang kita boleh nampak. Tapi kat sini dapat macam if you see ada kind of Game of Thrones punya cerita dia lompat-lompat banyak house tau. Yang ni kau nampak macam house ni sikit dia lompat sikit. Maybe set up second episode lah.
This is before macam Game of Thrones before season 3 where kau ada sikit house je. I foresee this is the series bro. Memang by season 3 bila perang tu bermula baru kau akan ada House Stark, baru kau ada House Baratheon dan juga House Lannister. Sebelum tu it will just be in King's Landing.
Baguslah. Ada lagi orang nak cakap tapi rasa nantilah kita bedah lagi dalam. Kan semua satu ayat aku cakap semua habis kan. Tapi itulah Rhaenyra berpotensi.
Okay, silakan Munif. Reaksi satu ayat.
Reaksi satu ayat aku nak ambil dia satu orang Melayu punya saying lah. Ni syaitan bertopengkan manusia. Banyak betul Pimp. Perangai seko-seko. Kau fikir kan kalau orang kata Game of Thrones di original series tu, wah banyak themes of macam incest lah apalah kan. So dia orang fikir how do we top that dalam House of the Dragon kan, ambil kau. Dia incest ada, pedo pun ada. So bagi aku yalah benda tu is percaturan politik lah. Tapi yang kelakarnya kalau macam original Game of Thrones tu, kalau kau cakap saya political strategy tu dia agak diverse tau. Ada yang heavy handed sikit, ada yang through marriage, seduction, ada yang buat itu ini. Tapi ni all the macam basically all the players yang tengah berebut tu jual anak sendiri. Semua pakai strategi sama kan. So benda tu bagi aku became the highlight of the episode somewhat. So macam dia ni memang celaka betul lah. Political strategy dia orang jual anak. Anak aku berumur 12 ni boleh lah jual je lah. Mana letak. So kalau reaksi satu ayat aku tu lah macam dia action of course episode ni tak ada lagi simpan lo. Sebab selalu Game of Thrones ni is a two prong punya battle lah. On the political side and on the battlefield, literally kan. So maybe they showcase a bit on the political side lah kan ni. So kalau nak cakap pasal itu, memang yang paling menyelah is this assholes bersungguh-sungguh duk jual anak masing-masing. So that is the theme of the day. So reaksi satu ayat aku itulah, memang syaitan bertopengkan manusia.
Macam pasal malam bro, macam pasal malam. Anak umur 12
ada umur 17.
Macam sial. Alright, seterusnya silakan Justin.
Bagi aku reaksi satu ayat aku ialah satu episod setup yang agak promising, cuma agak rush lah sikit sebab kita tak berapa pasti pula yang rupanya 6 bulan dah berlalu untuk episod ni.
Betul.
Sejak episod 1. Yeah, so it wasn't like until like nearly the end yang semasa apa tu Viserys bercakap dengan Rhaenyra baru dia cakap, oh it's been 6 months since your mother passed away. I was like, wait, what? And then like because the whole episode macam there was a lot of things going on, but then the certain things they feel a bit unearned lah orang kata sebab dia macam tiba-tiba
in the small council meeting pun cakap it's been 6 months and even when Corlys and Rhaenys was talking, it's been 6 months since your wife died, you must choose the next one. So that's when they set up the dating dengan 12-year-old. Kan?
But I was hoping they would put in some, I don't know, some disclaimer, but tapi they did mention mungkin kita kena pay more attention to that lah. Cuma aku rasa macam
but it's still sudden. Even they put disclaimer kan, I really felt that it's still kind of sudden. I think that 6 months tu you can macam show some character gradually dealing with the grief tu macam mana, and they become what they become in this episode ke apa. I don't know. I feel like 6 months is a huge leap suddenly tau after episode 1 kan. That's what I feel lah.
Kan, that means that macam ada banyak characterization for certain characters is not that particularly developed kan yang kita nampak on screen. So kalau macam Game of Thrones season 1, it moves a bit slow, but at least we get to know the characters, we get to see who and how they are. But at least in this episode kita dapat nampak lah siapa mereka dan what are their motivations and what they're planning to do. It's just that the flow is much more better lah in Game of Thrones season 1. Cuma yang macam House of Dragon ni ada rush sikit. But it was a nice okay lah for me lah. If people want to like get it on, like okay, for example, you know, maybe from here to here to here to here, maybe that's I'm not so sure. But I think Fire and Blood punya buku dia tak berapa tebal kan? Dia tebal tapi dia tak berapa banyak cakap kan? It wasn't like
700 pages.
It's not a novel. It's not a novel.
It's not a novel.
So it is more like a Wikipedia page.
Oh, like that. So which means that
like
the writers are trying to develop the story lah kan? Macam gitu lah.
You will see the time jump. Next episode we also have a time jump because it's
itulah nampak macam kita rasa kat the time jump.
Milestones in the Dance of Dragons over 24 years.
I see.
Yeah, kan?
3 years of the Dance of Dragons. So right now we went from 105. We're still in 105 AC, but Dance of the Dragons will only happen in 129 AC up to 131 AC. So that's why there will be time jumps.
It's good to be prepared lah, I guess. It's good to be that mindset to be prepared for time jumps. Sebab I guess we didn't expect it, betul lah Justin, because we thought it's gonna be like the previous series. Actually, 6 months kan.
Kan. And also yang dia punya opening credits, so that one was also a giant surprise. I wasn't expected they would use the same song from Game of Thrones. Only dia punya layout tu tukar. I was like, wait, what? It was a really cool surprise, but at the same time, some people criticize about that opening credits. I cakap agak lazy lah kenapa pakai balik lagu yang sama. But I suspect the reason why they used that song because like Game of Thrones punya Game of Thrones season 8 was so bad, but maybe this is the way they would try to win back the fans. You know, maybe that's why they want to use back the song. Macam nak kasi convince fans that this is still Game of Thrones. But I like the layout of the whole sequence. Even though certain things are not so clear, aku tahu yang aku faham sebab saya tengok video online yang pembedahan mereka tu. Like that place was based on yang the Velaryon freehold punya tempat kan, yang model kat Viserys punya bedroom kan. So the whole thing, dia punya camera shot semua ke bawah, lepas ke atas, ke semua tempat sekali dengan darah dia mengalir kan. The blood is actually the Targaryen blood kan, the bloodline of the family.
It's the bloodline lah. From Aegon the One all the way down,
all the way down sampailah ke Rhaenyra. Because the sigils are representing the characters actually. In the original series, the sigils to represent the different houses, but this one is representing the characters. Even though it's a bit unclear lah to see, but you have to pay more attention siapa ni, watak ni. Because like macam ni kata kan, from the first Targaryen, so daripada Aegon first kan, Aegon first all the way until Jaehaerys, Alicent, sampai Viserys, sampai Daemon, and then last Rhaenyra lah yang kita nampak lah. That's the final symbol kan kata saya.
I feel once they all have children, we will get to see a longer sequence or maybe different symbol dia. Yeah, they have different sigils. But it's nice lah because the blood all fall to the volcano because like that's where the original place was kan, they built on near the mouth of the volcano kan mereka dulu kan, sebab mereka nak buat the blood magic dengan fire magic kan, because they need to bond with the dragons kan. So that's how it is. I kind of wish that kalau boleh maybe okay, that's why I'll put it in the next yang final thoughts lah for the next one. Yeah, this is my first thoughts lah. Yeah. Okay.
Pretty cool scene lah. Pretty cool sequence. Yeah.
Aku satu je. Kalau ada orang putus asa opening credit tu memang aku marah. Sebab aku masih tengok orang tengok. Dia seriau, rasa seriau dah. Macam ush. Apa benda-benda momen yang bagus. Sebab betul kan? Selalunya ketua saya yang paling aku geram apabila certain cerita-cerita tak kisah cerita anime ke, cerita apa ke, bila diorang nak adapt balik satu siri satu apa, diorang tak akan gunakan lagu opening yang sama tau. Dia nak guna lagu opening yang baru juga. Macam aku rasa kenapa kau tak guna macam X-Men lah, kau buat cerita X-Men tapi kau tak guna X-Men 1992. Fuck off man. Ni bila kau buat Game of Thrones, kau bagi Rami Jawani punya first punya kau rasa seriau dah, kau rasa best. Aku terus macam
iconic
yeah, it's good. Dia punya trademark kat situ. Kalau dia orang tak kekal kan, aku rasa apa kita panggil fan lagi marah lah. Kau nak tarik orang supaya tengok balik Game of Thrones, inilah salah satu caranya. Cuma kesian dah, darah-darah tu mengalir sampai kat season 8 kan brand dah jadi kan, darah tu mengalir ke mana? Jon Snow dah kena masuk
mengalir ke floor trap, masuk longkang
bro. Sebab tu aku benci season 8. Targaryen. Okay.
Alright guys, so kita ada dua soalan menarik dalam segmen ini. Pertama adalah Nothing to Say yang bertanya, kenapa Raja King Viserys tu tak nampak macam ketua negara? Nampak macam alat untuk kembangkan puak je. Kau kena ingat dalam waktu ni dah 100 tahun Targaryen menjadi raja di Westeros. So basically diorang dah jadi raja lama sangat to the point that diorang tak kisah pun. Diorang tak kisah pun Westeros yang lain. Semua dah takut kat diorang pasal diorang ada banyak dragon. So diorang tak payah pun nak pergi House Stark ke, nak pergi House Baratheon ke. Dah 100 tahun of peace.
Betul. Aku tak nampak dia macam ketua negara. Nampak dia macam apa? Macam pentingkan diri sendiri.
Je, bro. Dia duduk kaki.
Betul.
Ya. Aku nampak Lord Corlys lagi aktif tau, nak bagi cakap apa ada benda kacau dekat tempat kita ni, nanti dia akan bimbang kan, nanti kacau, tak apa, biarlah dia orang kat situ, biar kat situ. Dan lepas tu dia punya pengecut, dia pergi King Viserys dia cakap kan, aku tak nak afford war, aku takut nak pergi war macam ni. Aku dah macam kenapa? But at the same time, kalau kau nampak Otto Hightower pun tak nak pergi ke arah war. Aku rasa macam dia nak weaken the king in some way kan, sebab dia tak nak war. Tak apa, war kita lama pelan-pelan. Sebab ni apa yang aku nampak bila tempat shipping lane yang crab feeder tu kacau, dekat freehold tu dikacau, aku rasa dia akan melemahkan Lord Corlys tau. I think ni maybe Otto punya high punya tak apa, dia lemahkan dulu, nanti kita buat cara lain.
Dia pancung Corlys tu, satu kan rival.
Betul. Macam ni lah. Macam kalau aku nak bagi perumpamaan ni, macam apa yang berlaku sekarang ni. Macam mana Amerika gunakan Eropah untuk kacau Rusia. Orang nampak macam allied tak? Dia nak lemahkan Eropah dulu supaya nanti kau tunduk semua kat aku, nanti baru aku serang Rusia. Orang Eropah tak nampak bro, semua nampak. Dia orang macam kita kena sakit, kita sakit lah. Kenapa kita sakit lah? Rusia cakap aku nak tolong kau. Tu kimak depan tu dekat US tu saja nak susahkan korang kau. Sorry lah dah pergi ke sana. Tapi itulah apa aku dapat. Aku dapat Otto Hightower macam tu. Relax lah, tak apa, biar dia serang. Tapi si raja ni, si King Viserys ni, dia tak nampak benda-benda macam ni. Sedangkan kalau Lord Corlys tu sakit, dia pun akan sakit nanti. Otto yang akan, apa kita panggil tu, dia akan conquer everything lepas tu. Dia lemahkan orang paling kuat, dapat Daemon dah keluar, sekarang Corlys pula. Lepas tu masuk jadi Ellison Hightower. Alhamdulillah. Yeay, kompang di Palu kan. Masih minyak semua. Itulah pendapat aku.
Long game Hightower lah macam saya.
Ya, betul.
Lepas tu brand juga jadi king. Aku sedih.
Alright, seterusnya Ikon nak bertanya ya. The watch yang Daemon command tu sama macam Night's Watch oleh Jon Snow ke? Tidak, itu sebenarnya adalah gold cloaks. So basically dekat King's Landing ada satu macam mini militia yang agak serabai lah sebelum Daemon Targaryen pergi membuatkan dia
disiplin
jadi 2,000 strong. Disiplin, tambah sampai jadi 2,000 orang, sebagai orang semua pakai gold cloaks. And gold cloaks wujud sampai ke zaman Game of Thrones Gold cloaks tu amat disegani di King's Landing by that time. Tapi to think that mula-mulanya Prince Daemon Targaryen ni yang menjadi
Daemon yang start.
Gila.
Kan. Gold cloaks pun macam kalau tak silap saya, dia ada same army as Jaime Lannister kan. Jaime Lannister kan sebagai daripada gold cloaks kan.
Oh, is he not a King's Guard?
Dia
King's Guard. He's a King's Guard. Just dia punya army bukan
Bukan. Go Cloak is macam nak cakap Go Cloak ni actually city watch yang King's Landing punya askar.
For the city.
Macam polis lah, macam polis.
Oh, dia yang jaga kat city kan.
Kalau King's Guard is bodyguard untuk raja je. Itulah beza dia.
So those are two separate things.
Aku ingat dia macam angkatan kepada King's Guard.
Dia macam polis dengan bodyguard PM macam tu lah.
Macam tu.
Ya, it's two different roles ya.
Sebab kalau kau tengok tentera diraja, kalau aku nampak dalam King's Landing dengan Game of Thrones tak ada tau. Bila dia nak perang betul-betul, dia akan panggil banner. Orang-orang semua house dia panggil banner, siapa nak join baru dia form a military. Ada orang tak ada macam satu negara tu ada dia punya own federation punya military, tak ada. Dia kena panggil banner. Tu so pelik sikit lah zaman dulu kan. Kau tak ada macam tentera yang untuk persekutuan je, untuk king je, tak ada. Kau kena panggil banner untuk buat army. Sebab tu zaman dulu kalau house tak suka kau, house tu adalah army sendiri, serang lah.
Army mahal tau, kau nak bagi dia makan semua.
Kan, betul.
Ya, so only in times of war baru kau panggil bannerman. Only in times of war. Betul.
That makes sense. Yeah. Especially yang mereka loyal kepada the king or the houses yang loyal kepada yang raja-raja kecil tu loyal kepada big king kan. So itulah dia punya cara dia. It's a very feudal punya hierarchy ke macam itu.
Sebab kalau aku nak bagi contoh Melaka dulu pun waktu kena serang Portugis, dia orang panggil lah orang daripada Pahang, daripada apa, tapi semua tak nak datang. Tu kau kena tanyalah apa the king Melaka dulu time tu buat dengan orang semua kan. So tak nak datang, biarlah korang, biar. So macam sama juga macam King's Landing ni, dia orang tak ada tentera actually, semua berdasarkan loyal to the king je. So I think in my opinion, kalau aku nak bagi aku punya pendapat, I think kenapa dia orang loyal to Aegon dulu, sebab ada naga bro. Tak nak datang. Bakar. Kita bakar satu rumah, lepas tu rumah lain semua. Aku tak kisah bakar korang semua. Korang nak? Kan? Tak apa, all hail King King Aegon.
Sebenarnya berlaku kat Harrenhal punya cerita kan. That's why dia dah takut dah kan.
Tapi dekat The Reach pun kena juga. Dekat The Reach.
The Reach pun kena.
High Garden.
The Reach yang dekat High Garden tu.
That was the video I shared in the group last week. Alright, soalan terakhir untuk segmen ini oleh Ahmad Nasuha ramalan yang King Viserys cakap kepada Princess Rhaenyra pasal tentera musim sejuk. Ada kemustahan? Adakah tu dalam Game of Thrones? Yes. So maksudnya diorang datang daripada Valyria ke Westeros dengan naga diorang ni, dengan impian bahawa satu hari nanti mereka bakal menyelamatkan Westeros dan umat manusia di bumi ni.
Terpilih bro. Aegon terpilih.
Itu macam satu dongeng yang kau bagi tahu kat orang lah. Aku ni special pasal aku bermimpi satu hari nanti anak-anak aku ni, bloodline aku ni akan menyelamatkan manusia. So I think that's just satu dogma lah, satu ideologi yang dijual.
The chosen people kan, the chosen
people.
Yang dijual daripada Aegon the first kepada dia punya bloodline. Betul lah.
Tapi aku percaya Aegon bro. Mana boleh Targaryen tipu? Saya tak boleh tipu lah.
The prophecy tu susah nak dianalisiskan sebab kadang-kadang benda tu mungkin betul, mungkin macam khayalan kan, susah nak tahu. 50% chance. Lagipun ini A Song of Ice and Fire is the whole series punya nama kan. So even the theme song is also called A Song of Ice and Fire. And I believe that Jon Snow is actually the prince that was promised kan. So he actually also the Song of Ice and Fire sebab dia separuh Stark dan Targaryen. Part ice, part fire.
Spekulasi oleh netizen setakat ini.
Setakat ni George R. Martin tak bagi word official lagi, tapi dikatakan macam tu lah. Sebab dah nampak sangat kau buat macam ni George. D&D tak kerti kan, tak puas hati kan. Tapi kalau aku nak bagi aku punya interpretasi sendirilah, aku dapat rasakan sebenarnya apa yang Aegon tu mimpi ke apa prophecy semua salah faham tau. Aku dapat rasakan kalau diorang betul-betul nak masukkan let's say Song of Ice Fire tu memang ada prince promise, actually Aegon dah boleh buat awal-awal dah. Tapi cuma dia tak nampak kot. Dia sama macam ni kalau kau main game Metal Gear Solid, dia pasal Big Boss ambil boss punya ideologi pasal perang kan. Okey, kita kena satukan semua askar-askar ni under aku supaya tak ada perang. Aku cakap kenapa? Rupa-rupanya apa yang bos tu cakap sebenarnya dia tak nak perang langsung, tapi dia salah faham. Dia kata macam Aegon lah, entah sebenarnya kan masuk mimpi tu, kau pergilah kau dengan orang lain, jangan kau dengan diri sendiri boleh kan. Lepas tengok apa jadi. Asyik-asyik tak bergambar bro. Bila Jon Snow tu is the first time yang prophecy tu di-fulfill. Barulah Targaryen nak kahwin dengan orang luar. Alhamdulillah. Dia lah Fizz. Asyik-asyik nama sendiri lemah. Korang lemah. Ini then betul lah kan?
Masa Blackfire Rebellion ada banyak bastards je. Bastards tu basically kau kahwin dengan orang luar. In a sense lah.
Ya kan. Patutlah macam apa tu yang Baratheon tu ialah keluarga mereka jugalah, keluarga Targaryen.
Targaryen juga.
Zaman Blackfire tu lah.
Alright, jadi ada lagi satu soalan bola.
You dah terpilih.
Macam mana Targaryen boleh control dragons? Korang ingat tak apa yang dia bincangkan dalam episod lepas?
Dia start dengan baca bismillah dulu bro.
King Viserys cakap it's a fallacy kan? We cannot control dragons. Itu macam mana?
If I'm not mistaken, dia cakap statement tu tapi dia tak cakap secara teknikal lah. Setakat ni kita tak tahu macam mana. Tetapi aku rasa mungkin salah satu yang macam I think ni ada cakap tadi dah aku ingat. Bila kat Valyria dulu, bila dia nak buat dengan dragon, dia orang mesti buat volcano. So aku dapat rasakan kalau sesiapa saja yang kau nak buat dengan dragon, mungkin buat pergi volcano dengan dragon tu dia buat lah. Tapi
dia sebenarnya
mungkin,
kalau kita tengok macam real life juga kan, kau tengok real life pun dia kan macam kau pernah dengar banyak kali yang kata kan, kalau animal tu any animal lah, dia lahir ke menetas ke apa ke, and dia nampak kau dulu kan, dia immediately akan instinctively akan bond, dia jadi disattachment dengan kau lah. So kalau kau tengok macam mana dragon Targaryen si menetas, dia kan dari baby dia dah duduk dalam crib dengan itulah baby dengan telur dalam
tradition yang dimulakan oleh Aegon the First punya kakak/wife.
Betul. So but here's the thing, macam even kalau kau buat dia pergi volcano ke, kau buat apa, but the person yang akan ride that dragon tu akan selalu present dengan that egg upon hatching. Lepas tu kau pernah tengok tak telur tu menetas and dragon tu nampak mak dia? Tak, it's always with the rider. So aku rasa dia kalau nak cakap, maybe dia akan cakap all this mythos pasal this blood magic, volcano magic, benda lah. But maybe lah the scientific explanation to it is simple primal instinctive bonding lah. Literally telur tu menetas, the rider is the first thing they see. They grow up together, they kecil sampai adulthood semua sama. Macam back then lah, the living example kau boleh tengok Daenerys lah. Tiga-tiga tu menetas. Dia lah
nampak Daenerys.
Ada mak naga ke apa pun ada. Menetas nampak dia grow up together. So macam mana kau tak bond with any animal pun macam tu. Kalau kau tengok kat YouTube videos kan, ada yang di safari punya wildlife protector ni apa, dia tinggal dia punya lion cub tu berapa tahun, datang balik lion tu datang macam bukan terkam, tapi peluk dia manja-manja dengan lion tu kan, lepas dah tinggal berapa lama kan. So literally these things happen in real life bro. So macam aku rasa they apply that logic to the dragon, tapi because of the house Targaryen ni with all the mythos and legends and apa semua, orang macam maybe credit tu dia punya blood magic and fire magic benda lah. Tapi you know, it's boleh jadi juga for the simple reason dia bonding daripada hatchling lah, baby and hatchling. Kau nampak aku, nampak kau grow up together kan. Animals in real life pun akan bond dengan humans macam tu.
Aku suka dia.
Tapi ada satu persoalan pula. Macam mana Targaryen boleh tahan panas? Macam mana?
Yang tu betul lah, fire magic tu. Itu besar.
Fire magic macam kebetulan kita tak kena api, tak tahu apa kan.
Jadi kena api tak mati.
Tapi bukan semua kan, bukan semua boleh tahan api.
Semua.
Viserys mati.
Viserys yang abang Daenerys tu mati dengan api. So aku rasa maybe training kan kau, kalau kau pada kecil-kecil sebelah api kan, nama kau boleh apa, kebal api ke. Cuba try kat anak kita.
Dragon tu punya immunity macam residue dia ke apa kan.
Betul. Ataupun dia skip generation sebab terlalu banyak inbreeding, lepas tu dia skip genetik dia kot.
Genetik dia dapat satu baru. Fire immunity.
Advantage of inbreeding.
Tapi bila sejuk mati.
Alright.
Okay.
Terakhir sekali, Amir Dubois bertanya, tahu tak berapa ekor naga dalam season 1? Menurut showrunner Ryan Condal, akan ada 10 dalam season 1. Tapi dalam The Dance of Dragons ada 17. So I think future season akan perkenalkan lagi 7 lagi. Macam tu.
Abang Wan dah tak sabar ni. Abang Wan dah tak sabar.
Ya. Confirm Vega akan keluar. Vega dia kena tease.
Dia dah tease kan.
Aku terkejut ada dragon lari. Aku tak pernah tahu, mungkin aku lupa. Vega dragon yang lari pergi kat Nerosi buat nest. Aku dah macam aku tak takut ke dragon ni satu hari datang ke buat hal ke. Dragon dia mana.
Dia boleh control bro.
Tak boleh control. Datang kan paling besar. Oh shit.
Tapi dia muji kan.
Dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke plot dari kita yang kedua. Pertama. Alright, jadi plot dari kita yang pertama adalah tentang House Targaryen, a house divided. So dalam segmen ini kita ada 3 soalan. Soalan pertama adalah untuk Munif. Apakah pendapat anda tentang pilihan King Viserys that is forced to remarry 6 months selepas kematian isterinya, ending up choosing Lady Alicent Hightower, the childhood friend to his own daughter. Gila babi tu. Silakan.
First kali aku suka gila scene tu sebab macam sebelum tu dia dah cakap lah dengan Rhaenyra macam so you understand what I have to do but no one will replace your mother. The warmth of the keep ni takkan dah hilang selamanya. Pelancau tadi dia duk cerita kat anak dia. Anak dia pun aku tengok kau pun grief macam aku kan. So sebenarnya kau ni bukanlah macam nafsu binatang nak replace my mum with a bunch of kiddos ke apa kan. You have to kan macam okay daddy. Trust me. Lepas tu tak yang best dalam council punya meeting tu kau tengok Rhaenyra dah macam okay, tak apalah, this is for the politics kan. Lah tu bapak dia duk usah listen time tu Rhaenyra muka dah lain. Itu memang kelakar, tak boleh belah tu. Lepas tu yang Corliss pun dah kawan dah bangun. Fuck this shit man. The funny thing is macam dia kata this is absurd lah, making the wrong decision lah, I'm your strongest ally or something. Lepas tu I like this part because lepas tu yang King Viserys and I am your king. Wow, sebab nak perempuan muda hot baru kau tunjuk telur. Time tu lah kau ingat kau king kan. Time lain tak tegas, bodoh, diperbodohkan, kena cucuk hidung, kena tarik gigi kanan. Bak nak kahwin awet muda, cun, I'm your king.
Baru dia ada motivasi bro.
Kan?
Baru kau ingat kau king.
Because the brain is down there.
Tapi yang sedih kan bro. Yang sedihnya Corlys Velaryon has been denied twice. Sebelum ni ayah datuk dia King Jaehaerys dah cakap sorry your wife not good enough. Your son not good enough. Yang ni pula sorry your daughter not good enough. So macam is it because I'm black?
Aku ingat dia nak bangun. Is it because I'm black?
Lepas tu terus kena cancel. Take cancel. Jadi king bro.
Habis ni.
Kalau time tu ada social media mati King Viserys.
Oh man, King Viserys is so not woke.
Oh my god.
King Viserys cancel.
Tengok.
Tapi at the end of the day yang si Corlys tu salah dia juga. Kau tahu kenapa? Sebab it's very funny pasal instead of trying to macam mana kau kena be realistic lah. Your daughter is 12. Lepas tu yang Otto Hightower tu kau tengoklah anak dia macam mana. Anak dia is not 12. I think it's a bonable age and she's fucking hot. So anak kau dah lah underage by 2 years. And even if she was also at a bonable age kau banding dengan anak Otto tu macam itu lawa gila kot. So if the funny thing is you want to perbodohkan the king because you know he's a pig-headed idiot yang eventually akan succumb dengan godaan. And obviously he's gonna choose the prettiest one who is at a bonable age kan. So kalau aku rather than kau desperately try nak jual anak kau yang underage and is not as aesthetically pleasing as the Hightower. Kan? Kau sepatutnya buat apa? You should have gone all out to maybe like take out Alicent, bunuh dia ke apa benda ke. Because the funny thing is it didn't seem like Collis even realised that Alicent was being used untuk court the king. Kalau dalam series original Game of Thrones, Spider takkan terlepas pandang tau, such a big detail, you know.
Kan, betul.
Dia kan tahu semua benda within this wall, dia mesti tahu. Dia pun macam terkejut tau, tiba-tiba dia pandang Alicent, pasal nampak sangat he didn't even consider that a factor tau. Sebab dia tak tahu pun Otto Hightower dah lagi awal so anak dia pergi morat the king kan. So aku rasa tak tahulah, kalau ada Spider in that council, korang semua dah kena tapau lah dengan Mamat.
Betul.
Macam noob macam noob.
Semua council ni tak ada Master of Spies tau. Tak ada Spider. Spider.
So macam aku rasa eventually inilah sebab kenapa orang macam Spider. So macam aku cakap masa reaksi satu ayat awal-awal tadi, it seems like macam council ni dia scheming, betul. So adalah macam like that original series. So tapi dia orang ni pun macam bangang tau. Dia macam tak reti sangat strategi tau. Sebab dia literally dua-dua guna the same strategy, tapi not only kau tak tahu opponent kau using the same strategy, which made you not realize that anak kau is like underage and macam not as aesthetic as your opponent tengah pancing like the king tau. So if you realize, kau akan sedar maybe jangan jual anak aku lagi, but take out anak dia tu. So kalau kau bagi pilihan, kau bagi pilihan anak Lena dengan Alicent tu, naturally dia akan pilih Alicent. Dah lah dia bonding a lot longer. Like King Viserys kau tengok, he's a big ass giant nerd tau. Dia tak nak buat macam kerja-kerja raja-raja bodoh. Dia nak duduk dalam bilik dia nak main dengan dia punya Gundam, dia nak main dengan dia punya macam dia, kalau dia ada zaman sekarang, dia tu main apa yang City Tycoon tu dia buat.
Bodoh lah kau. Buat dia trigger kan.
So kau bayangkan this guy is a big fucking nerd playing with his stupid action figures.
Jangan cakap macam tu.
Lalu datang Minah ni. Yang Minah ni dah lah muda, dah lah cantik. Lepas tu dia siap repair, dia siap beli kau punya action figure. Kau bayar perempuan ni muda cantik datang beli Gundam tu kau. Kau nak pilih siapa?
Auto win bro. Auto win.
Apa punya raja lah tu
So
auto win.
So yang silap Collis ni pasal dia, the fact yang dia tak sedar Otto has been dah kerah anak dia awal-awal, dia tak tahu langsung. Because if he knew, he wouldn't compete with his underage daughter. Dia akan poison Alicent dengan benda tau. Tapi dia tak tahu, which is a big misstep. How can you miss out? They're not even doing it in secret tau. Alicent tu duk masuk dalam dia punya chambers lah tu ni, apa guard semua duk nampak apa semua kan.
Kan dah 6 bulan dah.
The guys from the council tak tahu tau for months tau. So pada muka lah. Tak lah tu, here's the best part. Dah lah kau tak sharp. Kau terlepas such a big elephant in the room. Kau miss out kan. Lah tu, sorry lah, you lost the political game. The very next scene, this fucking sore loser terus jumpa Daemon.
Macam, I cannot get this brother, I go to another brother. Bye-bye.
Tapi that is a very
sore loser pula tu.
Just with the second brothers.
Tapi
King second brothers tu ni.
Tapi bagi aku kan, itu kira macam dia punya cara yang agak betul juga lah. Lepas kau dah kena fuck up yang tu, kau terus, you know what, kita pergi kat Daemon lah. Kau dah ambil decision dengan musuh dia dulu tau. Sebab kau tak boleh kawal. So kau pergi dekat yang paling tu. Actually tu good move. Cuma Iskandar all out lah.
Aku faham. That is actually a good move. Tetapi dia macam aku kenapa kata dia ni he's a bad tactician, or at least someone yang not that sharp, pasal it's a good move, and in fact that should have been your first move. Instead kau menunjukkan kebodohan kau dengan nak try bodoh dengan your underage daughter yang Otto ni dah lagi awal kerah, anak dia yang lagi cun, vulnerable age, beli Gundam untuk the king pun semua. Lepas tu bila kau jumpa Daemon tu, it's not because to me is the tactical thing to do at the point. You were angrily reacting to the situation. Kau buat tu out of spite, not strategy. So if it was strategy, kau dah buat benda tu in the first place. So aku rasa tak tahulah, Collis maybe takkan survive lama kot in this Game of Thrones. Eventually he's gonna get his pretty soon lah, aku rasa. Kalau diteruskan macam being quite bullheaded macam ni kan, tuan terang do in defiance of the king gitu, auto relax lah. Tak pernah tinggi suara dengan the king, tak pernah macam in defiance of the king. Yeah, aku dapat.
Yeah.
That's how you play the game. Macam sebab Otto Hightower, aku nampak he's the closest that we have this season to Littlefinger, which is someone yang aku memang suka gila lah in the original Game of Thrones dulu. So aku suka dia cunning, dia tak reactive, very calm and collected. When things nampak macam not going his way, dia boleh maneuver. Tengok last kali dia menang kot. This round dia menang kot, hands down. So kalau pasal this whole
the ladder,
yeah, kan dia kata apa? Dia kata it's not a pit kan, it's an opportunity kan. Itu.
Yeah, betul.
So bagi aku tu lah pasal kenapa King pilih ni, macam it's just it's, you could say it's a boneheaded decision on the part of the king, but it was clever machinations from Otto Hightower to get the king to choose exactly what he wanted the king to choose. So rather than king tu bodoh, it's Otto Hightower tu yang bijak, and his opponents were like fucking idiots juga. Itulah problem.
I mean, Corlys is a sailor bro. Apa yang dia tahu bro of this like Game of Thrones ni? Dia tahu dia pancung orang je bro.
Tak pancung orang
Lagi satu aku nak komen, aku rasa sebab apa dia orang tak nampak benda-benda macam ni, sebab I think Targaryen were too long in the throne dengan power. Dia orang fikir macam, oh dia keluarga aku, mestilah sokong aku kan. Dia orang tak nampak benda-benda macam ni sebab dia orang dah lama sangat di awangan. Dia lama sangat kat awangan. So korang nampak macam, oh tak apa kan, mesti punyalah sebab Targaryen kan, kita kan sama
complacent, ambil mudah.
Complacent, betul. Sama lah macam Rhaenys, oh tak apa, aku sebab aku anak keturunan pada anak pertama, so mesti aku jadi raja kan. Sekali tengok
kena
tak
game.
Kena game lagi, second kena game lagi. Nanti lepas ni kan dengan jumpa Daemon dia kena game juga aku pun tak tahu. Tak boleh, saya banyak chip kan. Tak faham.
Aku rasa House Velaryon punya words adalah kena game. That's it.
Kena game.
Tapi aku ada satu benda last aku nak add before passing ke panelist lain. This has to be said lah. Kalau Game of Thrones dulu, kita ada Jaime Lannister cakap we don't get to choose who we love kan. So tu ayat dia untuk justify dia punya incest kan. The equivalent dalam series kali ni apa tau? She will mature. She's 12.
Sambungan tagline je kan.
Ini tagline baru.
2 years.
Ini tagline baru.
Small council lot tu memang babi. It's like dia guna logik je. Yeah, but it's a good union. You know, she will mature.
She's young. She will mature. Oh, masalah.
Alright, soalan kedua adalah untuk Justin ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang Prince Daemon Targaryen yang melarikan diri ke Dragonstone bersama his hoe, Mysaria 6 bulan lepas, and then datang balik ke King's Landing untuk mencuri Dragon Egg kepunyaan the heir for a day, Balon Targaryen yang dah mati last episode, for his own bastard son that does not even exist yet.
That's not you know.
Also, apakah pendapat anda tentang cara krisis ini diakhiri oleh Princess Rhaenyra like a girl boss? #call his bluff, #Caraxes versus Cyrex. So silakan.
Aku rasa Daemon is being like, you know, dia macam marah tapi he's like he wants to show like, you know, like he's pissed off with the king and he's pissed off with everything that's happened around. So this is what dia macam acting out lah in a way. Macam merajuk lah. Tapi dah 6 bulan. Ini ke cara dia buat merajukkan dia? Aku rasa macam, you know, like 6 months kan, he could have done it much sooner. I didn't know that it would take that long to get there kan. Sampai dah pergi Dragonstone dan curi telur dragon yang sepatutnya bagi kepada nephew dia kan. But the thing is, it's like, why did he need to do that? Sampai dia nak tipu orang yang dia nak kahwin lah, dia nak ada anak lah, semua benda tu kan. It's like that thing is like, it's a bit funny to see. It's like, it's like macam boleh berkata, these guys are like like sorry ass shit lah. Mereka macam the sore loser kan, dan tambah lagi nampak sore loser. But the funny thing is the episode is called The Rogue Prince, which is actually one of the is it one of the chapters of the Fire and Blood punya chapter? Dia macam novela ke atau chapter?
They don't have actual names for their chapters.
Oh, they don't have the actual names. Oh gitu. But it's supposed to refer to this. Okay.
So I think it's divided by eras, and then the chapters are okay lah, got lah. But the Rogue Prince is not really one of the titles. Like Heirs of the Dragon, the first episode, that was an actual title in the as a chapter.
I see.
Yeah.
But there's not much Daemon kan, walaupun the whole episode is referring to him kan, tapi kita tak nampak sangat dia punya scenes kan, scenes dia tak nampak sangat.
Is the one in the middle and the one at the end. So you had him on the bridge, and then you had him at the end. That's it lah.
At the end. To set up for what's to come in the future lah. So I feel like that particular scene was more like a setup lah. Doesn't really feel like Daemon's presence was there. But the cool thing is that yang macam kita nampak last kan, yang gimana Otto Hightower dengan confidentnya, I will go a lot. I will my king, go first. I will offer myself. It's too dangerous for you. I will bring 20 people of army untuk pergi sana, nak pergi convince untuk dapatkan tu telur balik pula. But him with what army? Sebab sepatutnya dia Otto Hightower ni, I tak tahu dia punya agenda pada masa tu. Adakah dia ada fikir betul-betul yang mereka akan kena roasted by a dragon or not? Tapi mereka dengan confident dia pergi ke Dragonstone nak pergi ambil.
They look surprised when they saw Daemon's dragon. I'm like, are you kidding?
The Blood Worm,
like, this is like supposed to be general knowledge kan?
Mari. The Blood Worm was ready anyway. Characters
kan? But Caraxes looks cool lah, because he's the the red snake kan, the blood
personality.
So dia bloodworm kan nama dia. Oh yeah, bloodworm kan. So dia macam ular tapi ular merah. It's a really cool dragon. Something that we never seen before, because like the previous one yang macam Daenerys punya dragons, Drogon, Viserion dengan Rhaegar kan. Mereka dulu macam dia macam ada flaps kan kat belakang dia kan, semua ni. Yang ini macam dia ada macam wings kat depan, lepas tu kaki dia pun ada wings kecil kan. Perasan tak? So it's like it's dia macam macam layang-layang dia punya style lah, kalau nampak dia. Tapi layang-layang yang berbentuk ular. So it's a very cool dragon actually. I was hoping to see more.
I like it.
Kan? Jadi the fact that it came out just like that, and then like tiba-tiba Rhaenyra datang bawa dengan Syrax kan. That was a really cool scene. Tiba-tiba semua macam Joss dan keluar
out of the sky like gila tu.
So to see Syrax and Caraxes kan, like standing in front of each other kan, ready to attack, that was a really cool visual lah. Sebab kat atas Dragonstone dah lah, macam dah lama dengan history dia. Sejarah Dragonstone tu memang terkenal seluruh Westeros lah. dan juga Essos lah. So it's like that's a very very like imposing scene, you know. So it's a very good job lah yang CGI mereka pun nampak macam cun juga masa tu. Cuma this is a promise of things to come lah. So Rhaenyra datang, she was like she knows her uncle very well. Not like Otto kan. Otto cuma sebab he's engaging with her uncle. But I think Rhaenyra dia tahu dia punya uncle is like bluffing as in he's like dia cuma merajuk tapi dia faking nak macam threatening the kingdom tapi actually not really lah. So tu dia tanya dia whose dragon's egg did he took kan. Dia cakap dia ambil Dreamfire punya dragon punya egg kan. So dia tahu sudah what he was like, you know, what he was aiming for. So that's what dia terpaksa cakap dengan dia. Like for example she's like apa tu, dia sudah like dia cerita dengan dia lah, cakap I don't believe you and I want that egg now because you're supposed to like, I know that actually you want to hate me but you cannot do anything to me because I'm the one who's supposed to be the heir that takes over your position kan. So macam dia rasa macam dia tahu yang dia punya kehadiran dia macam challenging kepada uncle dia pun tak dapat buat apa-apa walaupun he was like a bit angry. But I feel like he because he still cares about his niece and also his brother, so he cannot do much lah. So nak tak nak dia terpaksa bagi pula yang egg tu kepada Rhaenyra lah. Then Rhaenyra she just shows that her ability that she can rule, she's actually a true heir to the Targaryen Iron Throne. But it's like the problem is because she's a woman, so it's like it's a bit hard lah. Although people has akur lah dengan dia punya kehadiran that she saved Otto Hightower dengan dia punya army tu, tapi you know, yeah, I just feel like she did the best that she could with this particular role lah that she has. Kristen Cole pun kemunculan Kristen Cole was kind of good also. Like for example apa ni, Prince Daemon Targaryen pun tak tahu pula itu Kristen Cole. It's like, who are you actually? And then it's like, oh, I'm the one who actually kicked your ass. Kan? Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, kan. So it's like actually all of this is just a setup for what's to come because these are the major players for the future episodes, for the future storylines. So this is like a nice scene, but what will happen next if we call back to this particular scene, kan, we'll have a lot of payoffs lah, I would say. Termasuk dengan yang Mysaria punya scene tu aku pun tak berapa faham sangat, but I know that she's supposed to have a bigger role in the future kan.
It means that she wasn't in on it. She didn't even know.
She wasn't in on it.
She's not pregnant.
Kan? She's not even pregnant, but like
she left. She got pissed off like, what the fuck? I'm marrying you.
Kan?
I'm supposed to be pregnant. I left wherever she came from to be free, and the last thing she wants to be is to be pregnant. Like that lah.
She doesn't want to be pregnant because she wants to be free. She wants to be liberated kan dia kata. Actually she wants to be free from her life of like being a prostitute, and then she doesn't want to be pursued. And then the fact that Daemon cakap yang dia menghamilkan anak dia is actually painting a target on her head kan. Sebab any woman who carries the bastards of the royal family will automatically get killed. So macam dulu macam Robert Baratheon's punya apa tu, semua dia punya prostitutes, dia punya whore, semua kena bunuh kan, perempuan dia semua dengan dia punya anak-anak dia. So it's like she knows her position. She like the fact that he announced it like that means that she has already painted a target on her head lah. Macam tu. So it's like that's why she becomes extra angry for that particular scene. But I don't know what she's going to do lah. I think like because she's loyal to Daemon, maybe she'll become, I don't know, a future spy for him or something like that. Kan kita kurang spiders kan dalam cerita ni. Maybe she'll be pengasas spider ke or something like that.
she has a very very distracting accent though.
Yeah, accent was like I have to struggle to hear like
French, tapi bukan French. Tapi macam what the fuck is it?
Macam dibuat-buat pun ada ke. Aku macam I want to see her like speak, you know, like normally and see like how that sounds like.
But she's going to sound like this for the whole series kan. Mungkin memang agak grating lah, macam nails on a chalkboard pula.
By the way, that was a very important scene on the bridge because in a sense Princess Rhaenyra for the first time after 6 months dapat jumpa uncle dia and saying that we're both victims in this. I did not choose to be the heir. My father put me in this position.
Yeah.
So that's why Damon pun nak kau nak marah macam mana, so he just gave the egg back. It's like you caught my bluff. That's it lah. Itulah. Alright, soalan
Damon disakiti.
Kita semua disakiti sebenarnya. Alright, soalan seterusnya.
Apa guna marah-marah kan? We all family.
Apakah pendapat anda tentang luka di jari King Viserys yang semakin melarat 6 bulan kemudian? Adakah ini sebenarnya penyakit grayscale, which is not in the books by the way, tapi dah 3 kali dah kita tengok dia sakit belakang lah, sakit jari lah, like why? It's only 2 episodes in, you're showing it so much, now you have to put it into maggots lagi.
Kalau aku nak tunjuk paralel pasal dia sakit-sakit ni kan, aku dapat rasakan macam kalau aku tengok dulu sejarah Maharaja Cina kan, China punya Maharaja Shi Huangdi, dia mati sebab mercury tau. Banyak sangat mercury dalam badan dia. Dia punya tabib banyak prescribe mercury untuk dia minum. Tabib dia tak tahu apa punya konspirasi ke apa, so dia minum mercury nak bagi dia sihat lah konon-kononnya. Tapi it's only poisoning them. Aku dapat rasa ya Maester ni dengan Otto ni, dia macam pelan-pelan dia nak hancurkan si King ni tau.
Ya, nak matikan dia.
Okay, sebab bagi kita lah, kita semua sebagai fan Game of Thrones, I think we know yang benda ni macam grayscale. Kenapa dia tak cakap dengan King? Adakah dia nak biar King tu bergantung pada treatment tersebut sampai satu masa lagi dah melarat, dia akan mati. Nampak permainan dia kat situ, dia biar je. Kita dah nampak kat sini yang Otto, aku rasa ni Otto dengan Maester punya style lah. Sebab kat sini episod 2 ada satu lagi tanda tau, yang diorang ni punya memang nak bagi King ni mati cepat. Sebab apabila King mula-mula dia minta nasihat si Lord Lionel tu pasal nak kahwin siapa kan, dia kata Lord Corlys. Lepas tu bila dia nyatakan yang dekat si Otto dengan Maester, dia cakap Lord Vena Lord Corlys suruh kahwin dengan anak dia. Apa dapat korang? Lepas tu kenapa muka Maester dengan muka Otto macam fuck, plan kita kena fuck ke ni? So I think mungkin behind the scene mesti dia terus hantar Alicent to do something to the King lah.
Macam senari kan, Dodo Maester dengan Otto, dia pun Dodo macam same wavelength tau, dia cakap.
Yeah, they have the same wavelength. Sampai cakap pasal the marriage, anak-anak semua tu.
Betul. Aku cakap Maester je kot. Kenapa kau banyak pula opinion kau?
Banyaklah opinion kau. Termasuklah mungkin secara halus nak suruh bini dia mati. Kita boleh belah perut dia.
Kan, itu pun dia nasihat.
Macam tu. Dia yang suggest.
Nak lagi best, yang pegang baby after that, siapa yang pegang baby? Maester kan? Kau rasa Maester tu tak ni ke? Kalau tu zak. Okay dah. Mati ketentuan ilahi, tak boleh dah. Itu lah. Lepas tu Alicent pula episod 2 kahwin dengan ni. So aku rasa dia nak buat rawat raja ni memang nak bagi dia mati pelan-pelan lah. I think it's grayscale. Kalau grayscale mungkin ada cara awal-awal yang boleh diubat tau. Yang macam kau kena potong lah apalah. Tapi dia macam biar je, tak apa. Bagilah makan maggot ni makan. Maggot dia makan tu apa? Apa maggot dia makan, tak ada kerja bro. So in my opinion, ialah tunjukkan, bukan sahaja nak tunjukkan apa Aegon cakap betul, bila kau jadi king asyik-asyik kena atas pedang tu sakit-sakit. Ni juga menunjukkan Viserys ni tak nampak tau. Dia tak nampak plan orang lain. Dia asyik tahu main dia punya permainan dekat rumah, dekat dia punya bilik tu. Oh, inilah gandam aku. Dia bukan dia. I mean,
dia suka buat miniature bro, miniature.
Ini bukan nak kutuk-kutuk orang hobi macam tu lah. Orang-orang ada action figure banyak-banyak ke tak? Orang tak macam tu sebenarnya, tak. Dia orang yang pelik. Cuma bagi aku lah, if you want to be a king or you want to be someone yang leadership, hobi kau kena ketepikan. Kau ada tanggungjawab baru. Hobi kau memang terpaksa ketepikan lah. Buat sementara je. Sebab kau ada benda yang lagi penting untuk kau manage. Lagi satu aku dapat King Viserys ni, walaupun hobi ni nampak macam suka main-main macam tu, dia tak apply dekat dia punya cara dalam dia punya mentadbir tau. Kau nampak apa dia fikir tiap-tiap hari kan? Siapa nak jadi heir? Siapa nak aku kahwin ni? Siapa nak jadi heir? Kenapa heir? Aku rasa King Jaehaerys seorang king yang dia punya datuk ke apa, bapak dia kan. Dia manage dengan betul. Aku rasa the big council tu dah tanamkan kepala dalam semua orang, instead of manage country, dah tanam kepala kita kena jaga-jaga pilih heir. So benda tu asyik-asyik pilih heir. Daripada awal sampai habis pilih air daripada kau nak takbir country. Aku dah macam bodoh sih ada orang ni.
Nepotism.
Yeah.
I mean VELARYON asyik cakap kot, kita ada banyak benda kena fikir pasal trade, kena fikir pasal negotiasi. Dia macam macam mana bajet untuk S tournament ni, macam mana dah siap ke? Betul.
Yes. Kau boleh nampak yang sebenarnya Damon pun dah berfikir kita kenalah buat macam ni. Lepas tu Lord Collins pun cakap benda ni bahaya untuk ni selepas terus. So kita nampak yang Otto Hightower ni pun planning dia memang nak jatuhkan king. Kalau kau nak macam nak jatuhkan orang kuat, kau buat macam tu lah. Biar dia macam indicator finger kan, nak jatuhkan Baratheon kan. Oh tak apa. Jadikan aku master of coin. Bajet untuk 600,000. Tapi kenapa kau hire 4 orang lah? Oh tak apa, ni untuk ni lagi bla bla. Okay. Dia pergi horing king, pergi horing. Jangan kacau kita orang. So in my opinion, kesakitan yang Viserys dapat tiap-tiap kali tu memang bagi aku pelan-pelan nak bunuh dia. Dan tu nampaknya dia memang percaya je apa master semua cakap. Dia tak kongsak orang lain pun. Dia terkongkong dalam dia punya kehidupan sendiri. Tak tengok benda luar ke apa. Dan makin lama benda tu makin makan diri dia pelan-pelan. Saya pilih Alicent Hightower itu macam ya Allah.
Dia tahu hobi dia menurun. Itu
turun main lah. Pilih air. Aku matilah. Tak apalah, aku letak aku punya anak ni dulu, just in case nanti aku dapat anak lelaki, aku pilihlah anak lelaki tu. Main catur lah kan. Dia macam main catur kan lah. Anak dia pun macam miniature gak. Mula letak sini, lepas tu kita tempat lain. Sekati dia. Miniature tak ada perasaan ke? Bapak kenapa kejap saya air, kejap bukan air. Jadi macam tu nanti lah.
Sad but true.
Come on, create video. Come on. Tak boleh, aku Targaryen kena seperti dekat.
Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke plot menarik kita yang kedua. Alright, so plot menarik kita yang kedua adalah tentang House Hightower. Gamble paid off. Jadi dalam segmen ni aku ada satu soalan je untuk semua panelis. Soalan pertama, apakah pendapat anda tentang percaturan Sir Otto Hightower to consolidate power within the realm melalui anaknya Lady Alicent Hightower yang bakal berjaya dengan pengumuman King Viserys nak kahwin Alicent. So silakan boleh.
Okay, so basically lah apa yang Otto Hightower ni apply ni, kalau kita untuk bagi interesting lah, kalau kita compare dengan modern times, we panggil benda ni as a soft power. So soft power ni it's opposite to literal power, military might kan. So kalau zaman-zaman World Wars dulu, yalah orang siapa ada this military might akan beat dia ni, take over dia ni, tapi sebagaimana yang kita tahu, that doesn't last, and macam konflik tu akan sentiasa macam akan spiral lah, continue kan, the spiral of vengeance and then independence and then take over, perang lagi besar. So and then in the end dia economically and socially is bad for the people involved lah dalam those literal power struggles kan. Tapi apa yang macam cakap lah, apa yang Otto Hightower apply kan ni sebenarnya panggil soft power. The equivalent kepada modern times, a nation yang buat macam ni siapa tahu? Japan is probably the country yang currently sangat rising. I think it's number 1 pun in terms of dia punya soft power influence dalam dunia ni. Sebab kalau King Otto ni pakai daughter dia untuk seduce, Japan pula guna dia punya cool culture, entertainment and pop culture dia untuk seduce nations worldwide untuk macam fall in love dengan Japan tau. Padahal kan kau tengok, it's as if orang dah forget dia punya tu. Tak, sebab it's as if kau dah lupa terus dia punya atrocities during World War II. And sekarang kita yang kena jajah, yang kena trample, yang kena bunuh dengan dia orang dulu kan. Macam semua layan anime, semua layan manga. And even American video games tu semua nak ada Japanese aesthetic. Star Wars pun was derived from Japanese old-timey samurai movies lah, benda semua kan. Kalau kau sedar, banyak benda yang kita suka, kita minat, kita consider aesthetic, benda-benda yang masuk dalam pop culture, semua can be traced back to Japan. So in that sense, kita letak Japan on the pusat tu. Kau cakap saya Japan, mesti saya put them on a pedestal. Then kau tengok pula culture dia, Dia ni lah tertib, sopan, disiplin, dah bencana pun beratur lah apa benda semua kan. So suddenly kita ada this impression macam dia sangat perfect and superior. So that is, bila kau cakap soft power ni, the good thing about soft power is that not only is it effective, not only is it sustainable and tahan lama, and finally kau basically tak ada opponents. Everyone loves you. So sebenarnya pendekatan Otto Hightower ni, taking it back to the series, memang lagi bijak than Daemon dan Lord Corlys yang nak very terang-terang, very aggressive towards whoever macam depa tengah nak go against. And that aggression tu nampak macam spread throughout depa punya little council and depa punya surroundings, which is not good lah. Sebab macam Otto Hightower ni, dia literally berjaya hide dia punya hand. So the thing about soft power ni juga is, selain dia efektif, kau tak sedar pun benda tu tengah berlaku. Suddenly, oh, this is my reality. Suddenly, we have a Hightower as our queen kan, ke apa kan. So bagi aku, he so far nampak macam is the smartest character in the show lah. Sebab percaturan dia jadi pun, granted, is helped by dia pun ada very incompetent opponents in the small council ni. Tetapi he did what he had to do and the gamble paid off. So you have to give credit lah kepada Otto Hightower, dia memang bijak lah. Lagipun dia pun sangat convincing juga Mamat ni, sebab macam mana kalau kau tengok, dia tunjuk bila semua orang in defiance of the king, dia tunjuk macam dia sangat care for the kingnya well-being tau, kononnya kan. Dia selalu rujuk balik the king ni, macam mana okey ke tak, kau nak pergi, Daemon buat hal, kau jangan pergi, biar aku pergi, it's too dangerous, it's okay. So bila dia buat benda, and aku rasa kalau lah they came to blows dekat when they met Daemon tu kan, aku rasa dia nanti cabut. So all the 20 guys tu nanti mampus kan. Tapi to the king nampak, wow, you risk your life. Betul lah, Daemon memang dah gila kan. Macam kau ni, you know what, aku akan memang wholeheartedly trust you lah macam tu. And kau tengok, and it works sebab even outside of the small council pun, dia memang dia cakap dengan Otto kan. So aku rasa ada satu hint, dalam satu scene tu, dia even hint yang as far as he is concerned, the small council is dia dengan Otto kan. Dia boleh cakap directly dengan Otto, kau nak macam nak discuss stuff, yang lain tu tak payah ada pun tak apa kan. So Otto berjaya by his patience and guile and composure and dia punya ketenangan tu, he set up all these things. Dia dah bercucuk tanam benih-benih ni, and it's starting to grow, and now he's reaping the rewards. Dia tengah petik buah lah daripada biji-biji yang dia tanam dulu. So but naturally dia menang lah. Naturally dia punya plan work tau. Sebab the biggest strength pasal Otto ni to me is that dia bijak. Tapi sebab dia tak aggressive like the other idiots, kau tak sedar pun dia tengah baling batu. Betul. Kau tak sedar dia tengah buat benda. And kalau betul Bang Wan punya teori pasal Maester tu pun dah in cahoots dengan dia kan, memang gila babi. So not only dia scheme, dia buat macam-macam, memang bijak, pilihan-pilihan dia buat tu memang efektif, and kau tak tahu pun dia tengah buat benda ni. Kalau macam Lord Corlys tu, tuan-tuan depan king macam, oh lihat kata dia absurd apa semua kan. Kalau aku lah, if I were a smarter king lah, macam hantar seorang spy gue ikut tengok dia pergi mana Mamat ni, marah semacam. Kan dah nampak jumpa Daemon kan. But because the king is an idiot, kau tahu orang macam Corlys tu, silap-silap kan, aku tahu kau dengan Joffrey pun, dia dah kena pancung lah dalam council.
Betul.
Sebab dia
cakap je
because he the master.
Lawan
dia paling kaya tau. Dia paling kaya di Westeros. Dia lagi kaya dari Lannisters bro, because of merchant trade.
Betul. Tapi selalu because kalau if I was king, aku akan nampak because dia sangat kaya, dia sangat powerful, dia sangat this and that kan. It could actually be seen as a threat. Kalau aku lah. Kau macam dah nampak macam dah melebihi the Iron Throne lah, dah lebih from the king kan. So kalau aku satu cakap smarter king, kalau dia tengok macam Lord Corlys doing the thing yang Lord Corlys tengah buat ni, dah lama dah kena pancung. Tetapi
Ataupun
even a smarter king, tapi even a smarter king pun maybe akan termakan dengan auto Hightower punya strategies.
Tapi kau kena ingat dia macam twofold tau. Pasal Corlys Velaryon married his cousin, Princess Rhaenys, the one that didn't get the throne. So dia macam macam mana ni, akan go against the person that didn't get the throne. Nanti nampak sangat aku macam dah lah aku yang dapat throne. Itulah.
Because to me is that tak tahu, aku compare dengan the first run of Game of Thrones. Kau tengok multiple guys depa buat benda kau tak nampak. This is my gripe dengan Corlys yang kenapa aku puji Hightower ni. Hightower probably would do quite well in the original Game of Thrones series. Tapi Corlys ni dia akan jadi the first yang akan kena pancung kan, nak tunjuk marah depan semua orang, nak tunjuk agresif dengan semua. You are showing your hands tau. Macam main poker kan. Kau tengah main poker. Betul lah. So
dia tak nak drink tau. Dia tak nak drink. Bila Rhaenyra nak letak, dia macam no. I cannot get drunk in front of these white people. I cannot get drunk.
Dia tunjuk sangat ibarat kau tengah main poker kan. Lepas tu macam okay, maybe one round kau kalah kan. Lepas tu kau tunjuk kat apa ni, aku ada royal flush ni, macam mana aku boleh kalah ni. Macam janganlah tunjuk. Relax lah.
Pasal kau tak beri royal flash. Kata suruh gitu.
So satu
terus kalah.
So macam bagi aku Hightower ni, kesimpulan yang aku nak cakap ni apa, Hightower dalam series ni is very OP. Sebab dia lah the only guy with half a brain, and dia the only guy yang smart enough to do it silently juga. And dia punya opponents are fucking idiots. So, naturally memang paid off lah. What else was supposed to happen? No, nothing.
The irony is they are all second sons. Otto Hightower is motivated because he knows he does not have any wealth. Dia punya abang is the Lord Hightower. Dia is just a second son with nothing. So that's why dia buat semua machinations ni. Corlys Velaryon pun is a second son. He had to, pasal abang dia mati, that's why he became Lord of Driftmark. And Driftmark tu macam tempat sampah tau.
Tempat bodoh kan.
Always flooded every year. So what he did was he went merchant trading, Essos, Pentos, and then he got his money, and that's how he built his empire. Tapi yelah, he's very much a sailor lah. Dia memang depan-depan, face everything depan-depan, marah.
Dia tak ada the finesse to survive the Game of Thrones.
The Game of Thrones.
Betul.
Dia tak pandai main in court lah. Alright, soalan bonus untuk Justin. Bagaimanakah pengumuman ini bakal mengubah friendship dynamic di antara Lady Alicent dengan Princess Rhaenyra yang akrab sejak childhood lagi? #BFF silakan.
#BFF hancur. Okay, dalam cerita ni aku rasa ia berbalik kepada it will go to that title lah, the princess and the queen. So one of them becomes the queen before the other one becomes the queen. So it's like, oh my god, like that betrayal can you bitch. You took away my father. You took away everything. I trusted you so much. Dalam mereka dalam mereka they spend so much time together and then reading together sampai mereka pergi ke Sept sana kan to praying and then talking about nak cakap pasal dia punya mother, dia punya father semua tu kan. And then like she's trying to like level to the dia cakap I lost my mother too. I understand what my father is feeling, so I understand what your father is feeling. So I understand you kononnya lah. But I was like thinking, Alicent ni kan, she's not that innocent as she seemed lah kan. Like she says that she was dead because she's like trying to comfort the king. She feels sorry for him, and then she's trying to be there for her friend. But I feel like she understands what her father is doing, and
she was ordered by the father.
She knows, and then she's trying to. Betul. That then she's slowly playing the game lah. She's slowly learning macam tu. She's like orang kata macam mini Cersei Lannister macam tu. Before she became she is, because like you can see the parallels, like yang Otto Hightower ni is very Tywin Lannister but with a little flair of Littlefinger. And then like Alicent Hightower tu dia nampak macam macam orang kata a novice Cersei Lannister lah, yang semasa dia masih muda-muda lagi sebelum dia dikahwinkan kepada Robert Baratheon. So dia orang kata ni macam pencaturan Otto Hightower dengan Tywin Lannister ni menggunakan anak perempuan mereka untuk seduce the king. They call them the king baiter. They're the bait to tangkap the big fish. Pancing the king. Itulah gunakan anak mereka. I know that the daughters will resent the father, but eventually they will come to a realization that this is the way it is. This is how it is to play the game, to survive kan, to propagate their bloodline and also to strengthen the power. Sebab yang dalam cerita ni dia nampak sangat yang untuk mengekalkan kuasa dan untuk mengembangkan kuasa tu, mereka kena kahwin dan kena buat banyak anak. Semua benda tu kalau kita tak ada zuriat dengan semua kan, tak ada waris kan, kalau sesiapa kena bunuh, jadi hancurlah dia punya keluarga dan dia punya kencaman kepada power tu dah hilang, dia punya stronghold tu. That is something I think Viserys pun ada cakap dengan anak dia Rhaenyra pasal tu. Means that everybody, like dia pun kena ada waris juga through having another wife with another son lah. Macam tu. So eventually I think he will say the same thing with Rhaenyra juga. So all of this is like it hammers in that particular point, in that particular view in pada zaman dulu-dulu dan juga pada zaman sekarang. Benda ni it's the order of things orang kata. Macam Rhaenys kata kan, this is how it is, the order of things. So nak tak nak kita kena terima jugalah, because that's how everything works, from monarchy to politics to even family kan. It's also like that. The structure of family. That's what men's role are, that's what women's role are, then they have to accept lah. So I feel like for Alicent dengan Rhaenyra punya friendship ni, it was doomed from the start lah, to begin with. Because it's like she was there because like Alicent wasn't exactly her real best friend. She was there because Otto Hightower punya presence kan, sebab bapak dia dah jadi the hand for the king. That's how his daughter become like macam a confidant or companion for Rhaenyra. Actually lama-lama they become friends, but you know, because situations have changed and then things happen, because you know everything was planned from the beginning. Kita pun dah nampak dari episod 1. So it's very obvious lah, everything that planned sejak beginning lagi. So you know, this is just the first few points, the first few setups saja. What will happen next will become more and more crazier lah orang kata. So you know, just enjoy the show. And then like I like how they cast the actors and actresses for the Hightowers actually. Macam Otto Hightower, you tahu kan, his name is Rhys Ifans kan. He's actually Lizard kan dalam Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah, a lot of people not really sure, but that name,
it looks really
he's a working actor for so long, and then to see him in the top billing in this show, walaupun dia punya nama dia orang ketiga, but I feel like he's actually the three big names lah in this show. So kita nampak dalam dia punya credit scene kan, dia punya opening credits, he's actually like means that he'll become a big major player in this show. Dari maybe from the first episode towards the final few seasons lah orang kata. And actually the Hightowers, they
lasted long, right? Yeah.
They lasted long.
If he's the same character, then he could be around for quite a few seasons maybe.
Yeah, or maybe his house was still standing because as far as I know, in the Game of Thrones kan, Hightower walaupun tak mention sangat, but actually the lineage is still there, you know. Macam Marjorie dan Loras Tyrell, dia punya mak actually is a Hightower actually. Kalau tak silap saya lah, father dia Tyrell tapi mak dia Hightower. So which means that the influence and the power that they have, the lineage that they have from hundreds of years over until the present time in Game of Thrones, dia punya saki-baki keturunan dia masih ada. Cuma kita nampak kan dalam cerita ni HIGHTOWER pula yang sepatutnya yang orang yang memainkan Game of Thrones ni. Yang everybody is so dumb, macam Munir kata tadi kan, everybody is so stupid to be played by them, to be stranglehold by them, and then especially Viserys. Yeah, too easy. Viserys lagi lah easy. So this is gonna be fun to see how he will like smash them and destroy them, and it will all lead to that civil war, that Targaryen civil war. Yang memang akan nampak banyak kemusnahan lah. All the fire and blood that has been promised from the beginning will be seen in the coming future seasons. So that would be more awesome that we will anticipate lah, aku rasa. Yeah.
Nice. Ada banyak benda aku boleh bagi tahu korang, cuma biarlah korang experience sendiri.
Bising lah ni. Bising lah.
Basically, this is a big book of spoilers ya. It's like a Alright, soalan terakhir untuk segmen ini adalah untuk Wan ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang pilihan Princess Rhaenyra untuk memilih Sir Criston Cole sebagai ahli terbaru Night's Guard based on his battlefield experience? Ataupun adakah sebenarnya Rhaenyra teruja dengan Criston sejak The Heirs Tournament 6 bulan lepas? #iCandy. Silakan.
Bagi pendapat aku, dia pilih sebenarnya aura dia suka dekat lelaki tu dah berputik daripada awal. So I mean of course lah dia ada keen nak memilih Sir Criston Cole tu, memang dah ada niat in the first place. Tapi benda tu lagi justify bila kau nampak semua lain semua menang turning. Tapi Mamat tu, during the Dornish incursion, saya ni atas, saya dilawan macam-macam. Dia macam kau pergi tengok resume kan, awak buat apa? Saya sebenarnya saya budak baik, saya jaga line waktu tengah rehat, saya jadi pengawas yang baik. Lepas tu Mamat ni seorang, saya dulu pergi berniaga tempat lain bro, saya buat macam ni, saya bekerja macam-macam, saya tolong bos saya naik semua macam tu. Ini experience gila, dah lah handsome. Dengan Sir Criston Cole dia cakap paling banyak dengan lain semua dia macam tak tahu nak respon. Dengan saya kata awak aku macam ini pun nepotism kat in some way kat ni, nepotism cara lain kat ni. So bila dia pilih, at the same time dia punya role memang dah fit. So memang kau tak boleh nak buat argue dengan dia lagi tau, walaupun sebenarnya ada ulterior motive. Kita nampak kat sini Otto Hightower memang semua benda dia nak kawal. Tapi Otto Hightower ada point. Dia kata, rumah ni jaga kita punya Viserys kat sana, jaga gate belah sini. Kalau kau tak bagi nanti susah. Tapi bila kau tengok balik, benda ni macam kau nak menang favor orang semata-mata kau bagi satu jawatan. Contohnya kau bagi contoh kau satu syarikat kan. Okey, kau jaga bahagian peladangan ke apa kan. Kau bagi semata nak isi tu tanpa ada qualification yang betul, semata-mata sebab dia baik dengan aku, dia tolong jaga aku punya tempat macam ni. Nanti dia jadi macam ni tau. Dia jadi macam sebab aku dia jadikan aku jadi PM nanti saya kena jadikan anak juga jadi PM. Macam siapa So kalau nampak kat sini, benda tu akan menjadi kejatuhan tau. Pelan-pelan satu institusi tu, tak kisah macam mana pun, walaupun orang tu ada favor banyak-banyak, tapi kalau dia tak bagi orang yang sesuai untuk job tersebut, pelan-pelan lah jadi Kingsguard. Kau nak orang menang ni, datang orang yang experience, mampus King. Lepas tu si Rhaenyra cakap, takkan aku nak bagi orang yang jaga ni, jaga aku punya bapak kan. Dia terus otot-otot tu macam, alamak, I can't argue, I cannot control this shit. So dia dah nampak Rhaenyra ni, ni track aku ni. Sebab kalau dengan King, tak apalah, kita kena jaga hati orang kan, hati dia ni. Nanti habislah macam mana aku nak jaga macam ni. Kita boleh nampak juga di mana King Viserys ni, dia macam tak ada telur cakap dengan Collis depan tau. Dia pergi belakang, Collis sebenarnya, sorry lah aku berlekat semua konsil tu. Kau nampak macam dia tak ada macam cakap semua belakang-belakang. So Otto tahu pun faham, dia ni kita boleh permainkan macam ni juga. Sebab kan dia suka cakap nak jaga hati orang, cakap belakang cakap hati orang, bukan sebenarnya aku nak cakap macam tu, aku sayang kau sebenarnya Collis. Lebih kurang macam tu lah. Itu transit juga masa nak play Kingsguard. Semua ada percaturan masing-masing. Yang metafora aku suka tu waktu dia macam alih-alih miniature tu kan, tu macam percaturan ke. Tapi percaturan tu dikacau oleh Prince Rhaenyra. So nampak sangat Prince Rhaenyra ni mungkin adalah bibit-bibit di mana dia akan kacau semua benda-benda dalam ni. So kat situ kau boleh nampak cara dia naik step yang angkat tu macam cukup. Dia sebenarnya orang yang kecil tetapi ingin elevatekan diri dia nampak kuat depan semua orang. Aku rasa benda tu simbolik, yang benda tu sebenarnya kalau kau tarik stool tu, dia mungkin tak dapat tegak, orang tak boleh respect dia. So mungkinlah ada benda siapa yang menjadi stool dia dalam King's Landing. Kita tak siapa nanti. So bagi aku pilihan Sir Christian Cole tu adalah, kita panggil apa, memang luck lah. Dah lah handsome, dah lah dia menang tadi. Lepas tu dia pula nak menjadi King's Guard kan. So memang kena lah semua. So bagi aku pilihan dia walaupun niat at the same time nak nepotism, tapi jatuh in line dengan dia punya qualification. So aku rasa kena lah. Memang kau dapat double lah. Macam kau dapat, macam apa kita panggil, kau dapat, contoh kalau perempuan cakap dapat suami kaya handsome pula tu baik. Baik tak baik. Dia kena jahat ke? Dia tak boleh baik. Nanti tak boleh. Dia kata
bad boy.
Awak terlalu baik tu saya. Dia tak nak ke? Kena jahat kat sikit. Dia kena banyak duit jahat tu. Banyak duit. Jahat. So in my opinion it's good lah.
Kalau aku nak tambah dari tu, aku fikir betul Rhaenyra ni, even if Cole tu macam tak ada real life battle experience kan, dia nanti cari alasan untuk pilih Cole tu juga. Nanti katalah pasal point itu inilah.
Dia handsome lah.
Dia mesti ada cakap
masa dia handsome. Sebab utama
dia handsome.
Kan? Mula-mula
paling handsome aja.
Sekarang ni dia cakap lah pasal battle experience kan. Cuba bayang kalau Cole tak ada real life battle experience, dia cakap dia kata you know how powerful Daemon is kan. Dia pick Daemon tau. Who better to protect the king than the guy who bested Daemon. Dia mesti jadi kat Mamat.
Betul. Aku percaya.
Dia tak boleh lah.
There's a future love triangle lah tentu. Nampak sangat gitu.
Tak nak dia jadi jugalah. Memang kena kat bro. Sebab dia kalahkan Daemon tu dah lesson kuat lah. Kau tak ada cakap apa kan. Daemon tu kalah kan. Cuba kalau dia tak kalahkan Daemon. Cause I king. I kena pilih. Kau jangan nak ni. Adalah cara-cara juga kan dia nak buatkan kat jadi King's Guard kan. Tapi itu je lah kot setakat ni pasal Sir Christian Cole. Aku tak baca sangat Fire and Blade ni sebab aku takut nanti kena spoiler juga. So I don't know what gonna happen. Banyak spoiler Babi.
Banyak.
Itulah aku tak tahu cakap tak.
Tak nak cakap banyak.
Akan memain peranan penting
Betul. Peranan penting yang besar.
Dia buat Coca-Cola.
Aku cakap
dia ada banyak chance untuk continue the game lah orang kata. Ada banyak chance.
Dengan hitam.
Bahaya.
Lagi baik korang tak kena spoil lah. You will enjoy
Betul. Jangan baca. Kita maintain, jangan baca.
Alright guys, so dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke plot menarik kita yang ketiga. Alright. Ni aku suka overlay ni. Ni muka pistol dia macam, is it because I'm black?
Predator ni.
Aduh. Jadi plot ketiga
confirm dia
tentang House Velaryon, proud pop-up Pimp. So aku ada 3 soalan. Soalan pertama adalah untuk Munif ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang percaturan asal Lord Corlys Velaryon serta Lady Rhaenys Velaryon untuk mengahwinkan anak perempuan mereka, Lena Velaryon, who is only 12 years old, kepada King Viserys to strengthen the bloodlines. #political alliance. #pimp my daughter. So
Okay, aku mulakan aku punya komen ni, take you back to the Marvel comic sikit tau. Aku tahu random tapi bear with me kejap. Kalau kau tengok the demonic entities dalam Marvel comic kan, macam Saitorak kan, dia proxy dia bagi power ke Juggernaut untuk buat benda-benda dia. Tu kalau kau tengok Mephisto, proxy dia is bagi power pada Ghost Rider untuk buat dia punya benda-benda kan. So dalam Game of Thrones ni pun sama. Dia syaitan pun, dia ada proxy dia guna anak-anak dia to drive forward dia punya objektif. Okay. So aku pun dah sentuh sikit pasal ni tadi and aku stand by aku punya pendapat yang memang it's a very macam boneheaded move lah. Sebab not only kau buat strategi sama yang Otto Hightower buat, and kau tak tahu pun Otto Hightower buat benda sama in the first place. And sorry to say, tapi you do the same thing with an inferior product, so to speak kan. Macam Alicent tu lawa gila. And Alicent tu is of age. That is the main thing. So dia kena so kau dah lah Alicent tu dah off age, memang jauh lagi cun kan, she's already a mature woman kan. Lepas tu
and also she spent so much time with Viserys.
And the best part, betul, that's the best part. While Alicent ni pandai pergi comfort dia, keep him company lah, belikan dia gandam baru lah, benda semua kan. Yang si budak kecil ni kau tengok, the only time depa interact apa dia cakap? Siap bagi skrip I will sire all these babies for you. Lalu sampai King Viserys yang King yang bodoh tu pun boleh perasan kau ni parents kau bagi skrip ke apa ni?
Hai King, saya boleh bagi macam-macam. Biji macam begitu.
Saya boleh bagi anak, tapi tunggu saya 14 tahun dah.
Again. Okay, fine. Depa Otto dengan Collis guna same strategy. Fine. And let's ignore, katalah calon depa pun sama cun, sama of age kan. Tapi approach tu nampak punya bodoh Collis ni pasal Alicent by order of Otto kan. Pergi sekali pun tak cakap pasal seks. Dia just mesra, dia just buat interested dengan dia punya hobi, entertain dia punya hobi, beli gift lah. But this is how you fall in love dengan someone. Yang budak ni, kau dah lah underage, I will be a kid factory for you.
But not until I'm 14 right? Right?
Pasal dah lah nak sabar 2 tahun. It's a bad deal. I don't know how macam Collis expect he could have like achieved anything from this strategy. Dah lah kau dah macam dah memperbodoh, memperjudikan anak kau sendiri, which the mother admittedly is totally not cool with. Just to fail lah. Pasal macam kau punya approach pun macam tak masuk akal lah. Dia dah tahu dia budak, dia still underage. Datang macam yang best, King Viserys tu nak sembang je dengan Lena tu lah, macam just they're talking about the dragons. Tu bagi aku macam dah it's a bit gross lah. Macam during that courting period tu nampak macam okay lah, duk cakap pasal common topics lah, benda semua kan. Dia suddenly up, I had a script macam I will be factory baby for you. Kawan freak out terus.
Tak, pasal nampak tau, seorang besar, seorang budak kecil pun nampak.
Ya, tu lah.
Yang budak tu pun tak, lepas tu kau tengok budak tu pun macam tak salah dia, tapi muka macam dah tak ada perasaan tau, macam so kan kau nak apa kau buatlah, aku berkhidmat untuk kau. Again, kau compare dengan Alicent tu, they're talking about normal things, comfort dia, tahu kau tengah grieving, jadi peneman kau lah, benda semua kan. So macam yang tu nampak lagi natural lah. So what do you expect? Tapi yang Collis ni punya stupid, not only he doesn't know yang that is a better method, he doesn't even know yang your rival tengah actively dah duk buat benda tu. He's just so oblivious. Dia just ingat dia surah like Targaryen nanti kuat lah, ada Targaryen blood semua. So macam because tak, masalah you are under the assumption that the king gives a shit about this thing. So, dia tak. All he cares about is macam sex and dia punya gandam. Kau cakap pasal kau punya lineage tu nak jadi apalah, so that kita boleh tunjuk message to the free cities and whoever the fuck these guys, yang dia banyak kali has shown in the Little Council that he gives zero shits about. So selling point tu, motivation tu pun are things that he really does not give a damn. He is just a lonely man missing his wife, and Otto Hightower bagi dia peneman and pemujuk, and you know, dia siap. The funny thing is, and the gross thing is, masa anime geli lah, masa Viserys duk sembang dengan si Lena kan, with the kid kan. Aku rasa Viserys pun macam try to string up something yang maybe warm and romantic sikit with the kid. Dia kan cakap, even dragons get lonely kan. Macam fuck me. So macam kan, sebab dia sui daripada topik dragon tu, dia somehow boleh manipulate the conversation itu. Even dragons pun get lonely sometime kan. Lah tu budak ni,
aku pun
he's showing interest. Terus script on sekarang, I can give you baby.
Terus kan aku rasa Lord Collis dia kata bila kau dengar ada hint macam ni kau terus cakap skrip kau okey lah baik saya
sebab tu ada automatic turn on
saya akan baik ayah.
Aduh, memang so macam tak tahu, it's so like bagi aku tak tahu, it's macam dalam Game of Thrones original banyak je macam gamble and tricks and apa smoke and mirrors and tak menjadi, but yang ni is just amateur hour. You know, amateur hour. Memang strategi yang sangat badut dan aku tak tahu macam it will be a lot smarter if you just suddenly day one datang dengan Daemon and start like fucking up the whole King's Landing. Play to your strengths kan.
Kan. That should have been what it is.
So tak tahu. So bagi aku ini memang kelakar lah Collis. Aku tengok sekarang ni because okay, maybe pendapat aku lah talk about the future a bit kan. Maybe the cool thing aku yang boleh jadi with the character is that he has shown how fucking incompetent he is bila nak play the political Game of Thrones. So aku rasa tu yang dia fine. Aku memang tak reti pada politik ni. I will resort to violence.
I choose violence.
So itulah, hopefully lah, that's what we'll see lah. Tapi kau cakap saya punya strategi ni memang, sorry lah, aku buat bahan gelak lah. Memang kelakar.
Kau kena ingat bro, ni
122
tahun sebelum Game of Thrones. Diorang tak faham lagi.
Tak
tu
reti
Statecraft, apa tu Warcraft. Dia tak faham lagi bro. Dia dah terlalu primitif bro. Terlalu primitif. Guna anak perempuan aku je lah.
Tapi aku harap that child actor, I hope this doesn't like scar her or anything. So dia macam kena belakang. I will be baby factory for you.
Apa bro? Lena Velaryon will be baby factory to somebody else.
Aduh.
For the future.
Bahaya kau ni. Spoiler benda 18 ni.
Maybe by the end of season 1, maybe by season 2, but she will be the baby factory to somebody.
Satu lagi aku nak ulas apa yang Munif cakap. Actually apa Munif cakap tu betul sebab ini salah satu sebab kenapa aku suka Game of Thrones lah. Sebab kalau dia buat analisis untuk Game of Thrones yang lama dulu, yang di mana ada analisis cakap Tyrion Lannister punya cara influence orang dengan cara karisma dia kan, dia punya cara ada 4 cara tak silap aku. First, kau kena align kau kena cakap framekan dia punya question ataupun dia punya interest tu, yang cakap aku punya interest sama dengan kau punya interest juga. Macam ni cakap lah, Lord Collis ni dia tak tahu apa King tu nak. Otto Hightower dah berapa lama jadi head, dia tahu King ni nak ni, so aku alignkan aku punya interest dengan dia punya interest supaya kita ada sama goal atau capai benda yang sama. So ikutlah nak cakap aku. Lord Collis macam cakap because dia punya pretext dia, I'm Targaryen, kau Targaryen, kita sama-sama boleh bloodline power bro.
Asabiah.
Asabiah. Tapi deep in his heart, I think macam apa yang cakap, King Viserys mungkin dia tak nak jadi king kot. Aku rasa dia macam memang aku nak jadi king sebab power. Tapi lepas tu dia rasa macam tapi aku suka main aku punya miniature.
Dia pun ada mention kan.
Lineage dia tak patut jadi king pun. He is the line of the second son. Baelon. Sepatutnya lineage Rhaenys tu yang akan jadi yang patut.
Ya, sepatutnya lah.
So kau boleh nampak tau dia punya macam Otto apa cara dia buat, dia alignkan dia interest dengan King to be interest supaya selari. So kita ada satu common goal lah. So kita buat macam ni. Collis pula aku. Kau kenapa kena main miniature ni? Because macam tu lah aku. Asyik ship aku. So kau nak makin lama kau rasa menyampah tau. Menyampah kan?
Korang tak tahu ke nanti kita dapat sikit duit. Tapi dia dapat sikit duit dulu. Pasal dia
itulah. Sebab dia tak alignkan macam dia tak cakap. Patut dia cakap lah. Kalau ni masuk, kita semua mati. Macam mana? Dia tak dia buat fikir macam tu. Dia asyik fikir macam kita akan mati. Tapi macam mana mati tu macam mana kan? Otto Hightower pandai. Kan?
Betul. Apa yang orang cakap tu memang betul lah. Sebab kan tadi awal-awal aku dah cakap, selain pada Otto Hightower ni strategi dia bijak, tapi dia bijak another level pasal dia baling batu orang pun tak tahu tau. So one of the way dia buat macam tu is pasal dia align interest lah. So bila dia align interest, orang keliling pun ingat this is something the king wants. The king pun ingat this is something that I want. Tapi so ini semua track yang benda-benda yang sebenarnya what Otto wants. Tapi satu dia tak outright defy. Dia macam dia maneuver sikit. Kita pergi sini kan, kita pergi sini. Aku yang nak pergi sini. Kita pergi sini, kita sama-sama nak pergi sini kan. Kita pergi situ. Tapi tu macam kau cakap, macam Collis pula. Sini.
Lepas tu nak pergi sini.
Macam penjual ikan kat pasar pula, teriak-teriak.
Dia macam kau cakap lah.
Aku nak satu benda. Kalau ada extended macam tiba-tiba ada yang extended cut ke benda, aku nak tengok scene lah Corliss duk ajar Lena tu skrip. Nanti kau cakap dia I can give you baby. Kalau King cakap lonely, you cakap dia baby factory. Baby factory.
Baik Pak, baik.
Baik Pak, baik.
I wonder what her mother say. Rhaenys kan ada kata kan yang aku tak boleh bet, I will not bet you until I was 14 kan. So Rhaenys, apa kata Rhaenys pula? She also like ajar dia macam mana nak cakap.
No, but she was not okay with it kan. So aku,
she seems sort of okay lah.
I have a feeling only the father duduk coaching bodoh tu. So that's why it doesn't sound like a woman speaking. Pasal it's coming from college.
The mom
tak agree sebenarnya. The mom tak
even Rhaenyra pun dah tanya Rhaenys, are you okay with it? Do you think I'm okay with it? I'm not okay. I don't think she's okay lah. Dia memang tak okay.
Uncle kau punya pasal lah ni. Aku ikut
Alright, soalan seterusnya adalah untuk Justin ya. Apakah pendapat anda tentang babak di mana Princess Rhaenys, the queen who never was, menjanjikan kepada Princess Rhaenyra bahawa the realm will never accept a woman to ascend the Iron Throne. Is that truth ataupun lie? Lepas tu dia jawab balik, but they did not choose you.
Yeah, they did not choose you. Princess Rhaenys kan. But she also said lah kan, men will soon burn the realm to the ground than to see a woman ascend to the Iron Throne. So walaupun Rhaenys pun aku rasa dia ada jealous dengan Rhaenyra jugalah, sebab Rhaenyra kan nak pilih jadi heir to the throne kan, the Iron Throne. But I think she has to lay in some truth lah, because it's like never has ever a woman ascend to the Iron Throne at that particular time period lah. So macam dia nak bagi tahu dengan dia, you nak berharap pun janganlah berharap sangat lah, because someone will eventually replace you. Because nak tak nak you punya ayah akan kahwin dengan seorang perempuan, tak kira dia perempuan dia siapa, tak kira anak saya ke ataupun perempuan lain, dan perempuan tu akan menghasilkan seorang anak lelaki. That will be the real future heir for the kingdom, because this is how it is. This is yang dia kata lah, the order of things lah. You cannot fight the order of things because it's patriarchy late intake orang kata kan. So like tak boleh nak halang apa-apa pun, sebab masa tu zaman tu mana ada women's right lah, semua kan. So tak ada macam liberalism, semua benda ni tak wujud masa tu. So it's like all of that nak dia kena accept lah. Walaupun Rhaenyra, she feels like she can become queen and she can change everything. She'll break the wheel or something. She'll break the cycle of like female injustice and all that kan. Tapi benda macam ni nak tak nak dia kena accept lah. So this is the basis of what's to come. The Targaryen civil war tu yang orang kata tu. Because all of this yang bits and pieces of all of this, it will lead all of it to that. Yang the big battle of that. So aku rasa yang kata-kata Rhaenyra dan Rhaenyra balik kepada Rhaenys tu memang sakit dengar lah, tapi macam ada sting sikit kan. So but they let in thick one. It's like it's the hard truth of it. It's not real. It's not a lie. It's a huge hard truth. So that one came after yang Baby Factory punya line tu kan. So it's a very cool scene. Like, are you okay with it? Do you think I'm okay with it? But tak nak, because like they say, dia pun ada cakap kan, because women in power because they live in a patriarchal society kan. Walaupun perempuan tu dia macam tak setaraf dengan lelaki, tapi terpaksa women lawan dengan women untuk mendapatkan a bit higher position in the men's world. Macam I think a little bit parallel with today's world lah. Walaupun macam kat dunia pekerjaan, kadang-kadang perempuan pun kena lawan sesama sendiri untuk naik atas satu level kepada yang macam level CEO lelaki lah, semua tu kan. Because I think sometimes in this show it does reflect back to our world actually. So kalau kita tengok berapa scene adegan-adegan ni kan, so it's like there are some certain parts of reminders that feels like this feels familiar lah. But and some of the things that they say, macam yang kita nampak dalam inside the episode tu, yang Ryan Condon dia cakapkan, this is like some sort of commentary of that particular time period, and also it mirrors and parallels with our society today. So it's like we can feel the familiarity, and we can identify with the characters and with their motivation lah, orang kata lah. So nampak lah macam you feel for them, you sympathize for them, but you kind of wish that things will not be as bad as it turned out to be lah. But if you don't have that bad things happen, you won't have drama kan. So those are the what to say the things that makes you entertain, that makes you salivate of what's to come, kata kan. So yeah, that's my point lah for this particular point. Yeah.
Alright, jadi soalan terakhir untuk segmen ni adalah untuk Wan. Apakah pendapat anda tentang percaturan terbaru Lord Corlys Velaryon selepas anak perempuannya ditolak sebagai calon isteri? So sekarang dia nak team up dengan Prince Daemon Targaryen pula to protect the realm daripada anasir jahat, the crab feeder of the Triarchy of the Free Cities, daripada Narrow Sea. So silakan Wan.
Okay, mula-mula aku rasa percaturan ni, mula-mula aku ingatlah percaturan ni memang niat dia nak jadikan dia punya lineage king ataupun dia nak buat apa-apa tau. Tapi bila aku fikir balik apa yang Munif cakap, Justin cakap, yang Lord Corlys sebenarnya mungkin dia ni tak ada politik sangat. Dia ni main apa macam gira ganas, main cakap je. Kau tengah main poker, kau tunjuk kau, aku ni Royal Flush, kenapa aku boleh kalah kan? So aku rasa mula-mula aku ingat tau, jogi Daemon supaya nanti dia boleh lah jatuhkan king tu. Tapi sebenarnya kau fikir balik, bila dia pergi jumpa Daemon, dia kata, Daemon, kau boleh tolong aku tak lawan apa benda yang kacau kat shipping lane ni? Aku rasa, walaupun aku rasa kan, sebenarnya kalau dari segi Machiavelli, benda tu paling bagus tau kau buat align dengan Daemon belakang untuk jatuhkan king. Tapi bila aku fikir balik kan, dia pergi jumpa Daemon, semata-mata nak, kau boleh tak tolong selesaikan masalah toilet aku yang tersumbat ni? Untuk aku rasa macam, alamak. Yelah, Corlys, it's a very good percaturan. Tapi ada kau punya niat tu macam, kau can go for higher bro. Kau tak nak. Kau tak nak juga. But it's a very good move. Sebab that is the only ally yang dia boleh hadir sekarang. Dalam semua small council semua tak sokong dia. So dia pun nak ke atas juga. Dia macam mana dia nak buat? Dengan Daemon lah salah satu cara. Maybe aku salah. Maybe dia nak buat repo pelan-pelan lah. Repo lu, minum air lu. Kita, Assalamualaikum lu. Nanti baru kita cerita pasal benda-benda lain. Sebab kat sini juga policy aku punya assumption. Sebab takkanlah terus terang nak cakap kan, kau pergi jumpa Daemon, lepas tu cakap, Daemon aku nak jadikan kau king lah. That is too much information that you give. Yes, nanti tak pasal Daemon pergi buat report, ni dia ni orang ni yang khianat kau. Kan mati dia kan, lagi teruk dia kena.
Tapi aku dapat kalau aku nak celah kejap, aku setuju dengan sentimen kau cakap ni pasal kalau kita ingat balik, kenapa Daemon nak jadi king? Kan dia sendiri kata, dia kata Viserys is bad at this, bad as what kan? Bad at being a king. So kenapa dia nak jadi king in the first place? Sebab sebenarnya dia geram, dia tak abang dia yang bodoh ni duk kena perbodoh dengan the small council. So dia yang betul sayang family dia nak protect family dia. So sebab tu kalau tapi Corlys, okay, satu benda bijak Corlys, macam awak cakap lah, Corlys tahu benda ni. Sebab macam mana Daemon pun dia family man. Oh merdeka guys, merdeka.
Merdeka. Ada orang merdeka dalam penjara.
Okay. So tadi macam echoing apa yang Wawan cakap tadi, sebab Corlys satu benda bijak, dia tahu yang apa-apa pun Daemon ni sebenarnya family man. So sebab tu bila dia approach Daemon, dia cakap pasal crab feeder, pasal business kapal aku, dia tak cakap lagi pasal throne tu. Sebab kalau dia terus cakap saya throne, Damon nanti penggal dia terus kat tu. Sebab tu Damon punya concern. Dia kata, inilah aku, kau tengok, inilah aku duk beritahu abang aku, biar aku jadi king. Diorang ni semua nak tikam belakang kau. Kan. So kali ni Collis bijak lah. Dia tak cakap saya throne, dia cakap jom kita align pasal aku punya crab feeder dengan bisnes kapal aku ni. Betul analisis.
Kapal aku ni susah lah Demon. Kau kena tolong aku ni. Kan betul aku cakap. Aku lah untuk jadi king. Lepas tu kau cakap, lah betul lah tu masuk jarum. Ambil kau.
Bijak pula time ni.
Tak. Dia macam ni tau. Macam Lord Kuliah cakap dia ni macam kita katakan pembangkang kat Malaysia lah. Dia jadi bijak bila tak jadi kerajaan. Macam ni. Tu jadi bijak. Pandai je pula korang pandai. Jadi kerajaan jadi bodoh. Sorry lah, aku dah cakap ni merdeka. Aku dah cakap tu benda. And betul. One more thing, aku boleh nampak lah. Aku rasa kalau Collis dengan Damon dapat menyelesaikan masalah crab feeder tu, kau bayangkan seluruh Westeros akan cakap apa? Damon yang mengaku diri dia adalah raja dengan Lord Collis team up selesaikan masalah crab feeder. Dia lepas menyelamatkan Westeros. Gaji kita buat apa? So dia punya title lah jatuh tau. Ada orang kata kuasa dekat tangan dragon apa, tak ada. Kuasa macam kau cakap lah Munir, soft power. Kau punya reputasi jatuh. And then aku nak puji juga Munir cakap pasal kenapa Damon sayang keluarga kan. Kau boleh nampak waktu yang masa Damon bagi telur tu balik dekat Rhaenyra tau. Dia nampak macam alah, keluarga aku sendiri. Kenapa ni? Tapi agak geram lah sebab kau dah penat pegang telur tu. Datang Rhaenyra, ambil lah. Kau nampak macam ni lah. Demon tu macam budak yang nak attention. Aku raja lagi bro. Datang dia punya datang dia punya anak-anak saudara kan. Apa pakcik ni mesti bising ni, yang benda. Tak boleh buat apa. Yelah ambil lah telur ni. Aku raja tu pula. Tapi aku rasa kan, aku rasa ada sikit aku punya pelotak tu. Bila Damon tu rasa dia macam kena bagi telur tu, bila pada masyarakat kan, masyarakat macam what? Betul belah. Macam fuck. Dia bagi telur. Ada pujuk dia dulu bagi telur tu. So in my opinion, Lord Collis jumpa si Damon ni, first is a very good move. Second, mungkin tak tahu motif dia apa. And then kita boleh tengok tak apa Damon nak buat dengan ally paling kuat. Sebab kau bayangkan, ni King Viserys semua aku geram gak. Ally kau yang kaya dan kuat, kau sisihkan. Kau layak auto HIGHTOWER yang tak ada power pun sebenarnya kan. Dia pandai main kau punya perasaan, jaga perasaan kan. Betul kata king tu bila kau lain perasaan sangat, kau tak jadi king. Jadi macam ni lah. Damon orang yang kuat gila babi, yang sanggup pancung kepala demi keluarga, kau buang. Lord Collis keluarga kau juga. Lepas tu dia pandai jaga ship semua kan. Kau tak layan apa dia cakap. Orang macam ni syok lah duduk situ nasihat raja model Alio je. Boleh ni. Kau nak gandam. Nanti anak aku suka gandam kak, jom kita tengok. Ya. Nak banyak tak cerita-cerita pasal gandam lain ni, Tesla Dragon. Gandam ni dulu adalah bla bla bla. Aku pun kena buat shit. So that's why I think kat sini kita boleh nampak lah Game of Thrones ni nak tunjukkan betapa power ni kat mana kan. Is it on the king? Is it on the person? Is it on belief? Kalau kita tengok apa yang Viserys pula, Varys dengan Tyrion pernah cakap tu, power ni sebenarnya macam shadow. Lagi kecil kau dekat dengan cahaya, lagi besar shadow kau boleh cast. So tiap aku suka tu. Aku harap dalam filosofi kat sini dia terjemahkan jugalah. Nama je king, tapi duduk bantul kena cocok kan, takut. Saya nak kahwin dengan Alicent Hightower. Itu kesian tu. Aku tak boleh.
What the fuck?
Rhaenyra aku cakap kan. You my friend, now you are a mother? No.
Aku suka dia tak cakap terus tu. Waktu dia diam saat tu yang
nangis dia.
It's okay. Aku dah redo. We had this talk. It's fine. Lepas tu dia usah Alicent. Muka lain terus.
Dia nak lesen daripada anak dia sebenarnya. Anak dia pula, aku rasa anak dia takkan terfikir pun nak kahwin dengan, takkanlah nak kahwin dengan boyfriend aku kan.
Lena tu.
Kita pergi kita berdoa sama-sama, dia ajak I macam nak berdoa, lepas tu sekarang nak jadi mak I. What the fuck bro?
Tak, nanti Alicent ada alasan bro. Alicent ada alasan bro. Dia kata sebab tu lah aku ajak kau benda-benda macam ni. Aku dah train nanti jadi mak kau yang bagus. Derhaka dia nak cakap derhaka nak kau.
Drakaris.
Bertenang Tuan Puteri, bertenang. Aku dapat bayang aku semua bertenang. Naga dia macam ni bro.
Naga nak Drakaris ke tak ni?
Drakaris sabar sirat. Gigi main game luar dulu. Okey. Memang lawak tu lah. I would love to see how it goes lah tadi.
Tak, the best part scene tu apa? Viserys tu, dia boleh pandang Rhaenyra macam macam chill lah. We had this
chill lah.
Dia pandang Rhaenyra.
Jadi dah cakap tadi.
Jadi dah cakap kan.
No, the best part Lord Collis kan, muka dah bersemangat dah. Nak kau ingat anak kau tu.
Muka dia jadi overlay tu.
Tapi walau bagaimanapun, bila Lord Collis cakap this is absurdity, aku sokong. Memang absurd pun babi. Macam pelik tau.
Kalau plan auto HIGHTOWER tak menjadi, dia takkan tantrum macam tu. Kau tengok masa yang nak pilih-pilih night tu pun, dia macam Rhaenyra duk buat palatau pilih ni, dia chill lah. Okay, maybe macam benda ni tak menjadi sangat, macam okay, macam tak ada apa. Tapi si Corlys ni Mamat lah tu terus jumpa Daemon.
Jumpa Daemon.
Kau emo betul. We know Game of Thrones, the emotional ones akan mampus first usually.
Usually ya.
Itulah.
Okay, so, kita ada satu soalan untuk segmen ini daripada Meh yang bertanya. Soalan dia, adakah Lord Corlys Velaryon juga main miniatures? Tapi dia main miniature ships. Kita
kalau
akan
macam
tahu dalam
ni,
episod depan.
Ada kot.
Kalau macam ni, then he should have used this thing untuk menang hati Viserys. Bukan anak.
Itulah.
Dia ada common interest.
You need boats for your miniature city kan.
Aku boleh bagi. Kau nak apa? Kau nak Tamia? Kau nak apa? Aku boleh bagi.
Dekat seberang sana kan. Aduh ni, siap boleh gerak lagi.
Baru cun sama-sama. Padan juga.
Tak. Tapi aku rasa kan, dia akan tetap fucked up tau. Nak tahu apa tak? Dia tak hantar anak dia ke apa? Dia hantar diri dia sendiri. Hey bro! Alah, tak nak lah. Kali kacau kau lah.
Dia putar-putar dia punya dreadlock kan. Putar-putar dreadlock.
Salah bro. Salah taktik bro. Baguslah gandam kau ni kan. Boleh gerak apa tapi kenapa kat sini? Kita nak pasang sama-sama lah malam ni. Kau tak cara pasang macam ni. Lama pula tu. Macam ni. Mesti dia kata, listen, bila kau nak masuk, tolong aku.
Semua kan terjawab. Tapi nanti kau akan tengok trailer lepas ni yang maybe menjawab persoalan kau ni.
Banyak kata.
So dia main mini ship jugalah. Daemon, nanti kau serang macam ni. Daemon pula, what the fuck? Aku nak tengok tulis.
Dengan itu berakhirlah segmen ini dan kita akan ke harapan kami bagi episod minggu depan. Alright, sebelum kita membincangkan harapan, jom kita tonton trailer bagi minggu depan.
Okay, jap.
Wan dah tukar Wan?
Dah. Is it
Dah, aku load.
Okay.
Alright, jom kita aku matikan muzik jap.
Okay.
Alright, jom kita tonton.
Okay, episode 3 preview House of the Dragon HBO in 3, 2, 1.
The road ahead is uncertain, but the end is clear. Aegon will be king.
Aegon? Berapa banyak pun? Banyaknya time jam lah weh.
Ya ba.
Firstborn.
You will be with your own child.
Not a baby dah.
Wih.
I don't wish to get married.
Even arguments exist about tradition and duty, Rhaenyra.
None of it needs be this way in truth. No one's here for me.
Dah start jadi beat.
Princess kenapa tu?
Leader stuck in for siege on Bloodstone while his men sabotage
Leader.
the fleet.
The crab.
The matter of the stepstones is regrettably urgent.
Crabs will soon dine on all of us.
Itulah militer.
Dah ada perang.
Dah perang dah. Inilah best ni. Boleh betul.
Battle of Stepstone kan?
Bakar!
Yes, Wan.
Bakar!
Itulah Dragon Fire dia.
Dapat pun Wan, apa kau nak?
Nampaknya
Episod
minggu depan kita akan
3.
dapat bakar.
Terbakar je.
Dengan time jam sekali.
Sekarang kita nampak ada time jam So apakah harapan anda untuk episod keempat House of the Dragon minggu depan? Ketiga.
Kau pun episod jam juga
Minggu depan yang berjudul Second of His Name. So kalau King Viserys first of his name, so second of his name maksudnya anak dia Aegon lah. So apakah harapan anda? Tiba-tiba time jam dapat anak terus bro. Maksudnya kita tak dapat tengok dia Toron bro. Dia Toron Alicent kita tak dapat tengok.
Okey lah pada dapat Lena tu.
Nightmare bro.
Okey, harapan
aku sebelum aku cakap harapan, aku nak mulakan dengan kerisauan dulu lah. Adakah dia akan time jump selang every episode?
Yes, because they have already cast the older versions of Alicent and Rhaenyra.
Okay, yang tu lah I'm aware of that. Tapi macam dia macam nak kata, aku saja tak sempat nak simmer tau, tak sempat nak marinate tau benda tu. Kalau selang
itulah banyak rasa macam rush kan.
Kalau selang every episode is a disconnect. Kan, so aku tahu depa ada banyak years, obviously decades to cover kan. Tapi macam okay, kalau kau tengok, if you thought the first to second episode there was a 6-month time jump pun dah macam, aku tak ada lah kata jaring, tapi macam kan. Bayangkan episode 2 to 3 at the very least, that's a nampak more baby tu macam umur berapa tu? 2 year time
more
jump?
Than 9 months. Yeah. So conception 9 months and then it needs to be that big. So it could be 2 years kan?
Kan, itu je. Aku assume it looks like a 2-year time jump. So dia macam mana? Aku really takut there's a disconnect tau because of that. Sebab kau macam mana selalu next episode kau nak tengok the immediate aftermath of the decisions yang dibuat in the previous episode tau.
Yeah,
tapi
true.
Macam mana kau nak tengok that, macam okay, contohlah kata macam contoh Collis kan. This is absurd. I'm like humiliated in a small council ni berlancau kan. So that was how the episode finished kan. And then wow, so how is he gonna react dia pair dengan Daemon, and what happens the next time dia jumpa Viserys, nanti how would that conversation go apa semua kan. But it's 6 months later, they probably, all those things you're asking, they probably had that already and it's fine to a certain extent. Dia macam tak ada that immediate aftermath from whatever your cliffhanger is daripada the previous episode.
Kan. Sepatutnya
so, the problem is buku ni is just notes in history. Dia macam this happened in this year, this happened in this year, this happened in this year. So there's nothing to fill in the holes. Macam it's hard for the writer to create scenes out of the air. Kau faham tak?
Dia faham, tapi bagi aku macam bukan apa, kalau at least macam bukan aku kata dia orang macam nak minta dia orang stretch ke apa benda, tapi ada setengah macam for example lah, macam episode ni 6 months kan, that 6 months so macam a lot of macam grieving and scheming could have happened inside that 6 months immediately kan. So aku tak rasa macam all the players pun comatose for 6 months baru nak start buat some kind of plan kan. So kau boleh tunjuk benda tu macam at least macam immediately after episode 1, keesokan harinya like shit starts to go down and being planned kan. Dia macam 6 months dia cepat 2 tahun pula, dia jadi macam how can you say kau follow karakter-karakter ni bila dia ada that disconnect tau. So aku
betul.
Macam each episode so far memang quality, undeniable. Tapi aku takut when kita review the how this show is as a whole series, ada sedikit kerisauan pasal tu, sebab takut dia jadi jaring tau. Like
yang pacing dia macam lari kan.
Setiap satu episod kalau kau cakap kan, kita selalu dengar kalau macam content creator saya review cakap saya pacing kan. Ini kalau every episode is at least a 6-month gap, 2-year gap, then this is the mother of all fucked up pacing. So that is the concern lah. That is the concern lah. So okay, fine. Aku, if I put my positivity hat on, sekarang aku cakap aku punya harapan lah. Harapan aku is that kenapa dia buat time skip ni is to avoid macam mendearing or unimportant things. Okay, we probably boleh feel the character even more kalau tunjuk dia point that 6 months, macam mana King Viserys morning, macam mana Rhaenyra morning, and macam mana maybe Alicent duk bonding lagi, macam duk pujuk, got closer to Rhaenyra during that morning period, and then when the betrayal happen dia macam lagi sakit kan. Aku faham that would have been better, but maybe all things considered that would have made for quite a boring episode juga tau, kalau nak tunjuk that whole period of mourning ke apa benda kan. So my harapan is that maybe they will do what I would call precision time skip. So precision time skip is tempat yang maybe they consider relatively boring or nothing happen. Granted, there'll be good things kalau tunjuk benda ni, you get to feel the character emotion more, yada-yada. But in the grand scheme of things, ada 10 episod saja. If there's something they could do a time skip on, then you know, takkan nak time skip the battles kan. So better lah time skip the mendearing, maybe depressing, inaction, what they consider boring parts lah. So harap when things become fast and furious, when shit hits the fan, when action happens, then they start to tunjuk maybe next episode in selang sehari, the next day or within the same day kind of duration. And then bila dah peak, and then bila ada cool down period again, and then some boring shit happen, macam people dealing with the aftermath whatever kan, then maybe situ ada time skip apa again kan kau nak buat. So aku punya harapan is don't be too liberal with the time skips, but be tactical with the time skips. Aku positive thinking so far, maybe they skip the mendearing and boring parts. But then when things starts to get hot, harapan aku nak tengok macam at least 2-3 episodes of battle starting, battle all out, battle aftermath itu within days. Then we get to feel macam get dragged into it and be related to it lah, not so isolated kan. Then lepas tu nak time jump to the next arc after the battle. Okay, that is my hope. Tactical time skips, not liberal with the time skip.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because George R.R. Martin did the liberal time skips. You see?
In the book,
the original book did liberal time skips. Kau tahu tak? I read 1 hour 20 years worth of events. I read it in 1 hour. Kau tahu macam, okay, I cannot read anymore. It might be season 2 or season 3. Kau faham tak? In 1 hour.
Kan? Tapi itu betul
baca.
Tapi kau cakap ni, yang tu kau baca, kau rasa macam tu kan. Imagine seeing that on TV tau. I don't know how that would feel like. Betul tak? Maybe kalau baca, sebab kau get really, dia macam mana? Sebab aku pun suka membaca ke. Macam some novels aku baca ni, kau get really immersed and really lost in the world, and the director or the writer lah, so to speak, tak payah fill in the blank sangat because your brain and your imagination fills in the blanks. So walaupun kau baca banyak time skip, your mind has already filled in the blanks and constructed this fantastical world yang kau tengah baca ni in your own image with the guidance of the writer. But TV, what you see is what you fucking get. You don't fill in the blanks. If there are blanks, it's just a blanks that you're gonna be angry at.
Betul.
So aku takut on TV tu macam mana tau.
You see, we started episode 1 in 105 AC, and I know that the Dance of the Dragons only happens in 129 AC, so that's 24 years worth of events. My fear is episode 1 is 105, episode 10 is 129. So that means we have 24 years worth of events happening in 10 episodes. Tapi akan rasa
one season in oh my god.
And then season 2 would be 129 to 131 AC. Maksudnya the 3 years of the actual Dance of the Dragons. So it is looking like that by basing it on the episode 3 punya time jump of 2 years. So from 105 we just dah lompat ke 107 now. And then after 107, something happens in 109, something happens in 111, 113, 121, 125. It will be super jarring because it only works in prose. It doesn't work in TV. That's why.
Kan?
And it also only works in books, aku rasa. So macam kata,
true.
you fill in the blanks, your imagination. With TV, what you see is what you get. You don't fill in the blanks. The director tak tunjuk, the scene tak tunjuk. It's not fucking there. So again, aku ulang, harapan aku, don't be every episode time skip, mati lah bang. So maybe lah. Maybe we want to take a big time skip between episode 5 and 6 for example, tak tahu. But then maybe like maybe 3, 4, 5 dia cakap consecutive days of a big event.
I foresee episode 4 will be the big time skip when they change the actresses
to the adult version.
4 to 5.
For Rhaenyra and Alicent, the actresses will need to change somewhere. I think it will be in episode 4.
And that is also another concern to aku juga. Pasal aku actually like the kid Rhaenyra, how she's carrying herself.
True.
Acting as a 14-year-old is damn
good. Acting, dia punya charisma, dia punya delivery of her lines and everything. So another thing, okay, not to be pessimistic lah, tapi one of the things yang orang suka say Game of Thrones dulu juga is you actually grew up with the same actors and actresses.
True. They never changed, they never recast one. Yeah.
So this is not going to be that. So aku macam tak tahu, maybe if the adult acting is so good that we suspend our disbelief, tak tahulah, hopefully lah. Tapi aku punya main concern is ni lah. Is this time skip I'm actually quite worried about that.
Alicent yang dewasa you will like. Tapi aku tak suka Rhaenyra yang dewasa. Nampak macam
dia macam tua kan, nampak macam tua pula. Yeah. Yeah, because she looks so old and she looks so different. Dia macam tak tampak sama. Yeah. Itulah.
Okay. Harapan untuk episod ketiga.
Harapan aku pun lebih kurang macam Munif jugalah. Harap pacing dia tak berapa jaring sangat. Tapi kita nampak dalam trailer tu, I suspect is the scenes are shown out of order. I suspect mungkin dia mula dengan Battle of Stepstones tu. Lepas tu baru kita masuk ke time jump yang kat Aegon. Mungkin Aegon punya scene is like belakang episod kot. Mungkin macam itulah. Kalau tidak lagi jaring, kalau dia letak yang Aegon dulu lepas tu baru Battle of the Stepstones, jadi kan dia macam tak logik lah. So it has to be the Stepstones punya battle dulu aku rasa. Sebab kan macam Munif kata tadi, it has to be from kalau boleh kan sepatutnya start from where it ends kan. Barulah macam nampak ada kesinambungan. So I just hope that there is the pacing is okay, and I hope that the connectivity of everything will make sense lah. Sebab normally people who watch the show don't read the books. So siapa macam saya, aku tak baca buku tu. So like I would feel a bit jarring, and I would feel the rush of the series as well, because like tiba-tiba macam tiba-tiba ke sini, tiba-tiba ke sana kan. So macam terasa macam all over the place lah. But if we can get with the flow, I believe it can be done, but in a orang kata macam you kata tadi lah, kan, suspension of disbelief tu. Can we accept that suspension of disbelief? Especially when they change the actresses. Like will it be awkward or weird or like that? Because like this is totally different from what we have before, and so like people will have. I think by the end of this season kan, most likely people will make comparisons. What is the good parts of the previous show? What is the bad parts of this show? And then the pro and cons, they will definitely compare.
But just one thing, yang kau cakap pasal the actor tu kan. Ini again aku punya hopeful hat on lah. So kau tengok, what's that Ryan Reynolds punya movie tu? Adam something? The hell is that?
The Adam Project.
Adam Project kan, that one was like really fucking good. That kid tu literally mannerisms, acting macam you tengok, dia memang this is a kid Ryan Reynolds.
Follow him just like that. Betul.
So again, I'm putting my hopeful hat on. just recently we have an instance where it works. Sebab rupa is one thing, but if you can kill it with the mannerisms, keep that consistent, boleh tau sebenarnya, boleh. So
boleh.
you know,
but that one involves time travel. Ini tiada time travel. Ini macam time jumping.
Yeah, but it's a time jump
leap.
lah. But
so it's a weird thing lah. It can be done lah. Yeah.
Whether itulah tak tahu lah. They should consult the guys who did that Ryan Reynolds movie. Like have a talk with them, you know.
Yeah, maybe best to enjoy the time jumps without thinking too much lah. Kalau kita macam fikir pasal dia punya technical aspects kan, it might affect our viewing experience lah. Maybe just go with the flow, just accept. Oh itu ialah dia punya cerita macam gini, dia memang macam gitulah kan. Satu lagi harapan yang saya harapkan, ini actually I was thinking about saying this point previously, but I actually purposely put it to this point. Aku harapkan kita ada banyak flashback lah kepada yang zaman sebelum the Doom of Valyria. So there's a lot of the yang Targaryen punya ancestors kita tak tahu. Yang Valyria macam mana, how does the dragons look like, dan satu lagi, selalu kita kena tease dengan Valyrian the Black Dread kan. Kita tak pernah nampak pun the dragon, only nampak dia tengkorak aja. So hopefully in the coming episodes to come, we might have I hope that we might have flashbacks of the old dragons and the old places lah kan, and the ancestors of the Targaryens, because dalam namanya House of the Dragon. So I was hoping that we might see certain things of the past, you know, rather than everything just move straight forward kan. But I was hoping that we could stop by for a bit and then have a little bit of flashback. That would be nice. Macam yang dulu yang Game of Thrones dulu kan ada satu flashback episode pasal Ned Stark punya kakak kan. That was a really good one. I was kind of hoping that this series might have something like that lah kan. So hopefully instead of just rushing forward the episode, we might stop a bit and then look back what happened previously, and then us as the audience can visualize everything easily lah. I was hoping for that lah. Itu harapan saya lah. Okay, thank you.
Alright, silakan Wan. Tiba ada Aegon Targaryen ni. Aegon, second of his name. Silakan.
Mana ada nampak sangat. Kau tahu tak, selama 101 tahun kan, berapa ratus tahun Targaryen, tak pernah orang namakan anak dia berdasarkan king yang nombor 1. Dia macam nak kata king nombor 1, dia macam betul-betul nak sangat dia punya anak tu menjadi Aegon. Ya, seorang cakap jadi king, dia kata kau namakan anak kau Aegon. Kenapa aku cakap benda ni macam memang saja, sebab apa yang berlaku sama dengan Rhaegar Targaryen waktu dekat Game of Thrones punya cerita tau. Dia memang bila dia kahwin dengan Elia Martell, dia namakan anak dia Aegon. Aegon the Fourth tak silap aku. So macam alah, kamu nak jadi raja.
Jon Snow pun Aegon juga kan?
Yes, Jon Snow pun Aegon juga. Kena ada aku ni. Aegon juga, sebenarnya Aegon. Tak ada orang lain ke nama kan? Okay, so kat sini dah boleh nampak tau. Walaupun bapa dia King Viserys dah menamakan Rhaenyra ni sebagai heir to the Iron Throne, semua kena ikut. Tapi bapa dia mungkin boleh berubah hati. Sama lah seperti elok-elok ingat dengan Lena Velaryon ke apa. Rupanya sini Alicent Hightower lah. Tak mustahil juga dah elok-elok dengan bonding dengan anak dia. Tak pasal cakap aku nak Aegon lah jadi aku punya heir. Nanti gaduh, nanti semua gaduh. Tak apa Rhaenyra, tak apa, ni untuk kebaikan realm. Kena buat macam ni. So kalau nak katakan harapan aku untuk episod akan datang, of course aku nak tahu api lagi banyak. Sikit je api lagi banyak terbakar. And then second, aku setuju dengan apa yang Munif cakap. Sebab Munif cakap time jump dia baru benda nak tunjuk, tak nampak consequences. Kalau dalam Game of Thrones lama, kau boleh nampak tau. Yes, kau boleh nampak dia dah set up episod 1, episod 3 dah kena kan. Kau set up episod, kau set up dalam satu season, kau set up episod 3, episod 5 dah kena. That's why we want about a story. Kau ada dia punya beginning, mid dengan ending. Dia punya arc tu lawa. Kat sini arc dia terlampau panjang kau. Kau mesti dah lupa apa mana arc dia letak ni. Dia dah lupa dah sebab tanya terlampau lama. So I think inilah satu kelemahan bila komik Wikipedia. Lepas tu kau letak cerita-cerita kau sendiri. Lepas tu George R. Martin pula boleh lah tak masalah. Sedangkan kalau kau tengok Game of Thrones, dia panjang cerita dia terlalu panjang sampai boleh buat 10 season kan. Itu pun tak cukup-cukup lagi. That's why they can do like cerita hari esok, cerita hari 3 hari kemudian, cerita hari seminggu kemudian. Ini sampai 6 bulan time jam. Aku pun tak tahu apa yang Alison Hightower dah set up ke apa kan. Aku takut nanti jadi macam Fantastic Four yang tak boleh, yang patutnya tak boleh jadi macam
tahun punya time jam dalam 1 jam bro. That's how little plot.
Don't lah.
24 tahun time jam dalam 1 jam aku baca bro.
Tak.
So dia main macam perenggan je, satu perenggan satu timeline.
The 24 years was just one chapter in this whole book.
Oh my god.
Dia macam kau tengok siarah Malaysia lah, siarah Malaysia kemerdekaan. Berapa muka surat dia kau dah 30 tahun dah kat situ.
They gone the first till King Jaehaerys and then to Viserys and then to the Dance of Dragons. It ends after that.
Dia
and then for part 2.
Tak, aku rasa agak sukar lah kalau dia buat macam ni. Dia patut kena buat macam dalam 5 episod je. This is about this dynasty. Lepas tu habiskan cerita dia. Kau kena buat macam episod antologi tau. This is about the Rhaenyra. This is about ni. This is about ni. Dia baru boleh jadi macam Wikipedia. Sebab kalau kau buat macam tanjam, orang macam alah 3 tahun lagi, 6 tahun lagi. Star Wars jadi sebab Star Wars dia contain 1-2 jam tu. Dia cerita pasal tu je. Lepas tu time jam lah kau. Ini macam kita nak tahu dia cerita macam hari-hari dia orang punya hari esok buat apa, hari ni buat apa. Lepas tu 6 bulan kau time jam macam what the fuck bro. So in my opinion aku takut tu lah. Sebab lagi satu, kalau kau tengok setiap episod impact dia tak kuat tau. In my opinion lah, impact dia tak apa kuat dari segi political ke apa. Kau tak rasa macam ploy-ploy yang dia orang buat ni ada macam meaningful yang kuat. Memang kita boleh
jadi lagi pay off
kan
lagi lah time jam.
Contohnya hanya aku bimbang juga sebab Game of Thrones yang buat aku minat nak tengok kan, ialah sebab bila aku tengok orang bedah pasal political punya play dalam tu, macam Tyrion main Tyrion main politik bukan Tyrion main punya lain. Okay. Contoh aku bagi tahu yang waktu dia panggil 3 orang, dia panggil Peter Baelish, Littlefinger, dia panggil Varys, lepas tu dia panggil Grandmaster Pycelle. Tiga-tiga ni dia bagi info yang berbeza untuk dia trap siapa yang pengkhianat sebenarnya. Siapa yang akan snitch dia. Grandmaster Pycelle yang snitch sebab dia kata dia nak marry anak Sesi ni, yang perempuan ni, kepada 3 orang berlainan lord. Lepas tu setiap orang yang dia panggil dia beritahu lord lain nak kena marry tau. Sekali tengok yang kanta Grandmaster. Sebab apa? Sesi cakap, kenapa aku suruh kahwin dengan ni? Kanta lah Grandmaster Pycelle lah yang tukang yang kaki balaci dengan Sesi kan. Itulah benda-benda kita nak tengok. Lepas tu benda-benda falsafah yang cakap macam kau cakap one-liner sampai sekarang kau ingat. Bukan nak cakap it will mature tu macam alah cringe-nya walaupun bagus kan.
It will mature.
Macam
bro.
Macam cara bahasa Tywin cakap kan, a lion doesn't concern opinion of a sheep. Lepas tu kau buat tu yang patut. Lepas tu bila Jaime Lannister first time kita tengok karakter Tywin kan, aku cakap Tywin introduce macam ni ke? Dia tengah belah Rusia tau. Dengan senang dia belah. Lepas tu dia cakap dengan Jaime, kau ni bla 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 bla. Cerita pasal semua dalam satu scene tu. Cerita semua pasal Lannister punya sejarah. Kenapa Jaime ni siapa, kenapa jadi Kingsguard, lepas tu kenapa malukan family. Tywin ni orang yang tak boleh main-main. In only one scene. This is aku nak puji D&D lah dengan George Martin. Tapi in Fire and Blood 24 punya tahun dia cerita dalam satu chapter, susah lah bro. Sebab kalau kau tengok dia tulis dia punya chapter tu betul-betul dalam Game of Thrones. Kat sini kalau kau nak terjemahkan, that's what worry me lah. Walaupun aku suka tengok dragon bakar, tapi tu hanya fan service. Tapi the essence of Game of Thrones, dia punya political ploy tu yang buat kau rasa walaupun kau ada naga, kau punya bila masa dia cocok tu
Sebab tu Game of Thrones dia Wheel of Thrones dia berpusing-pusing.
Satu lagi aku suka lagi Game of Thrones juga, Sesi ada cakap Peter Baelish kan. Peter Baelish cakap knowledge is power. Lepas tu Sesi pandang dia kata
power is power.
Sesi kata power is power. Lepas tu dia panggil dia punya guard, tahan Peter Baelish. Tahan lah. Lepas tu tikam dia. Lepas tu nanti sabar. Tak payah buat macam tu. Lepas tu dia suruh guard dia, pandang belakang, keluar, lepas tu pusing 10 kali. Lepas tu Peter Baelish cakap, apa hal dia Minah ni buat? Lepas tu Sesi cakap, ni lah, power is power. Knowledge tak power. Dia cakap macam tu kan. Dia tunjukkan tu aku rasa inilah. Lepas tu ada orang bedah scene tu berapa minit, 10 minit tu dia bedah. Pasal benda tu je. This is what I want from Game of Thrones lah. Takat-takat apa yang kita bedah ni bagus, tapi kita macam aku nampak kita sebagai penulis kena keluarkan benda tu tau. Audience biasa dia tak nampak benda ni macam ni. Kita yang dah bahasa tengok, kita kena keluarkan. Aku nak kalau benda macam Game of Thrones dia tunjuk benda tu. Nah, inilah caranya. Macam next start kena kan. Tak pasal kena. Kenapa aku tak bersalah pun? Kau dah buat benda bodoh in the last 3 episode. Pergi jumpa Sesi cakap, larilah Sesi untuk keselamatan kau. Aku tak nak bunuh kau. Bagus. Yeah. Baik. Terima kasih ya. So, ini aku takut lah dalam Game of Thrones. Aku nampak macam political ploy is there. Tapi macam tak berapa mantap lah untuk bagi kita mind blown. Macam Tyrion punya power play, Joffrey dengan Tywin punya power play macam mana kan? Macam mana Tywin boleh hantar Joffrey masuk tidur, ada King. Kau cakap senang lah. King tired. Suruh King masuk bilik. Semua orang senyap. Tak tahu nak buat apa. Baik King kena masuk bilik. So, I would love to see that kind of scene being played out in Game of Thrones. Mula aku nampak dah Rhaenys dengan Rhaenyra dan nampak dah macam ada tension. Tapi rasa macam kenapa kau cakap macam dialog? It's good, tapi kau tak rasa impact tau. Macam Rhaenys macam pandang senyap kejap pandang dekat Rhaenyra ke. Lepas tu cakap, because kita kena ikut our tradition ke apa kan. The way you shot it, biar nampak dramatik sikit pada bawah ke, daripada atas ke kan.
Lagi pun Wan.
Tiba-tiba dia aku miss D&D lah. Tak tahu apa tu.
Aku rasa lagi satu kenapa kau cakap tension tu tak ada pasal apa. Inilah yang aku punya start duk concern ni. Is again aku ulang pasal time factor tu. Dia sebenarnya dialog atau banter between the queen that never was dengan Rhaenyra tu memang sepatutnya mantap. Tapi kenapa kau tak rasa macam impact tu tak sampai sangat? Pasal that is literally the first conversation antara dia orang tu. Sebab dia tak ada time macam sebelum ni, hey aunty sebelum ni, ni macam okay lah, UK ke ni dia nak cari baru, tiba-tiba macam nampak macam friendly, nampak macam family, nampak macam tidak ada konflik, then baru dia culminate into that conversation. Barulah kau rasa impact tu. Tapi bila dia dah buat dia time skips, sebab tu benda yang kau cakap, those little things tu tak ada. And aku punya speculation is that macam Nick cakap lah, aku baru tahu yang dia pasal dia macam tulis chapter macam tu. Aku takut kita kalau compare yang ni dengan the original Game of Thrones, kita akan disappointed. Pasal apa tau? It seems like show ni is a different animal tau. Sebab memandangkan dia tak cukup time. Dia tak cukup time. Apples and oranges tau. Dia tak cukup time.
Different.
Dia banyak buat time skip So yang dia nak selling point apa is more on the big events tau. Bukan on the little dialogues, the silent political ploys, the slow burn, the simmering and the marinating of macam feelings and emotion and resentment towards each other. Tak, aku rasa dia akan fokus on the big battles, the dragon versus dragon, and benda ni tengah set up untuk tu. Pasal dia orang tak cukup masa and tak cukup content. Aku rasa.
George R. Martin wrote what happened.
So kalau kita nak moments, those political dialogue driven punya moments daripada the first Game of Thrones, aku rasa kita akan set diri kita untuk disappointment lah. Aku sekarang pun
aku pun rasa sebab HBO pun tak sangka cerita ni akan successful. Mungkin dia akan rasa it's a one off season aja, aku rasa.
Maybe it could be an anthology. That's why they call it
House of the Dragon.
So maybe season 2 we jump back to Aegon the First. Maybe season 3 we go to the Blackfire Rebellion because that's what
maybe lah.
It could have been maybe kan.
Macam aku cakap lah, aku rasa aku dah komen ni banyak kali lah untuk episod ni. Tapi kita tengok the political game is actually really stupid tau. Macam bukanlah stupid in the sense yang episod ni bodoh, bukan macam tu. It's a good episode. Tapi stupid in the sense yang dia punya opponent are all blockheads. And yang bijaknya Otto Hightower seorang saja. And the plot is literally the simplest thing in the world tau sebenarnya.
Kan? It just adds the frustration.
That is not benda-benda this really sly, slick, gila babi plot twist, political thing.
Yeah, betul.
Is definitely not the attraction for House of the Dragon. Dia akan fokus on the big events. And kalau kita nak cari those dialogue driven moments, kita akan set ourselves up for disappointment. Ini aku punya pendapat lah. So aku nak try
maybe the real players yang
aku sekarang.
Kan, betul lah. Tapi aku rasa maybe the real players belum besar lagi kot ataupun belum muncul lagi kot sebab kan dia sepatutnya masuk ke generasi yang akan datang kan. So what we see is only this generation. Ada lagi generasi yang akan datang kan. Sepatutnya
aku rasa generasi pelapis yang akan jadi the main players in
lamanya.
Lama bro kalau time is going to cut. If the time jump is going to cut those things to shreds kan. So macam tak bagiku senang kan. Aku punya ni benda yang aku nak buat lah. Whether korang nak buat ke tak aku tak tahu. Aku tak nak expect those dialogue driven epic scenes tak. Aku akan try focus. Aku just nak tengok the Targaryen Civil War is what it's all about. Naga lawan naga. So all these things is just setting up that. All these things is setting up that. And aku tak nak check kalau ada suddenly some really impactful acting and dialogue driven moments, I will be pleasantly surprised. Thank you very much. Tapi aku akan cari benda tu for aku punya mental health tau. Because I don't want to be overly critical nanti. So aku tak cari kalau ada thank you. Kalau ada thank you.
In that 1 hour, I read so many plot twists yang buat aku macam, I can't wait to see this on screen. Cibanya kalau ni terjadi, I can't wait. So in that 1 hour, I went through 24 years.
A promise of things to come lah kan.
And like plot twist sana, plot twist sini. So sebab tu aku ketawa bila korang macam, aku harap Corlys Velaryon macam ni. Aku macam, korang tak tahu.
Nick dah tahu kesemuanya.
Ya, betul lah.
Dia macam ni lah. Tu lah okey bro. Tapi kita semua akan tahu Bran akan jadi king. Babi lah, bodoh lah. Itu yang paling geram sekali kau tahu. Apa dia bodoh telah mati.
Betul lah.
Why did I come here all along? Why did I come here all the way? Apa benda ayah?
Aku masa cakap tu sebenarnya mula suka. Tapi bila habis episod aku nak sepak aku break. Babi lah.
Literally 1-2 episode before dia cakap, I'm three-eyed raven, I don't want to be king, I'm not here to be king, I don't want to be king. Dia cakap banyak kali I don't want to be king. Aku purpose yang lagi tinggi. Last kali, why did I come here?
You never see that coming, right?
Tapi kau three-eyed raven, but you never saw that coming. Betul.
Tak. Orang lain tak nampak. Dia tipu orang, saya tak nak.
Dia tipu orang.
Dia dah nampak lah. Okay.
Maybe he's the real villain of the series. Dia lah Palpatine segala-galanya. Maybe Bran is Palpatine.
Bran the bastard.
It's like when he fell down the window kan. It's happening. When he fell in episode 1, yes, I'm going to be king. Yay.
Sebab dia tak nak bagi tahu orang spoiler kan. Dia dah nampak spoiler tu. Dia tak nak bagi tahu.
Sebenarnya ada orang cakap awal-awal lah. Jamie tolak dia. Jamie adalah King Slayer. Dia tolak dia Bran tu dah kata ya.
Dia kan King Slayer. He is the future king. He sepatutnya mati masa tu tapi tak mati. Masuk ke his destiny.
Tak, sebab dia belum king lagi. Kalau dia king dia mati. Tolak dengan Jamie.
Betul
sebab
juga.
Apa dia menjadi king? Sebab Jamie mati. Jamie mati sebab tu dia menjadi king bro. Kau nampak permainan dia kat situ. Jamie kena mati.
Patutlah.
Dia takut. Tunggu Jamie mati. Okay. Nanti dia tolak aku sekali lagi. Okay.
So itu saja untuk malam ini. Terima kasih kerana join us. Terima kasih kepada para panelis Munif Malik yang cover Hadi malam ni, Justin Chang dan juga Wan Muhammad. Join us hari Ahad ini di mana kita bakal membincangkan tentang siri animasi Overlord. Kalau korang suka House of Dragon, korang should enjoy Overlord as well. Minggu depan
Sorry. Nak cakap pasal Dragon, aku lupa cakap satu benda Sebenarnya waktu Princess Rhaenyra menyelit dengan masa bapak dia tengah Small Council kan, masa dia bagi cadangan tu, aku saya dengar satu benda apa dia cakap ke, kita bakar je bapak, apa susah bakar je macam ya bakar je, cepatlah bakar lah.
Bakar je bapak.
Kita bakar bapak, apa hal bapak tak nak perang, bakar je lah ni Dragon.
That's specialty lah.
Bapak dia baik sangat. Dan bapak dia is not a Dragon Rider. That's why. Kalau tidak, bapak dia sendiri masuk perang tu dengan Dragon.
Itulah.
Dia pernah naik
Bapak dia
Valerian
naik
lah,
satu
dia
dragon,
cakap,
dragon tu pun terus mati.
Dia naik Valerian.
Ya, dia naik Valerian, lepas tu Valerian mati kan?
Yeah. So he was the
He
last
was old already masa tu.
to ride Valerian, and then after that dia dah tak ride dragon dah.
Kan?
Dia aku nak main Gundam lah. Janganlah kacau aku dragon ni semua ni.
Alright guys, so join us minggu depan di mana kita bakal ada full 6 show per week balik. Kita ada She-Hulk setiap hari Isnin, Selasa House of the Dragon, hari Rabu kita bakal mulakan The Rings of Power. So 1 and 2. Kemudian hari Khamis bincang edisi trailer, hopefully akan kembali, dan hari Ahad Overlord. So that's it. It's going to be a busy week. September is going to be awesome. So itu saja
2 episod The Rings of Power. Oh.
Yeah, eventually there will be 10 episodes.
Oh, I see. I thought Amazon usually drops 3 at one go at first kan. It's not just mula dengan 3 episod, lepas tu satu.
Yeah, I don't know why they did it differently for this one. Maybe it's extra long episodes.
Maybe. Oh ya kan, aku rasa lah sebab mereka ada tayang yang 2 episod ni kat cinema kat US. Maybe kot.
Should be extra. Alright guys, so itu saja untuk malam ini guys. Majulah fandom untuk negara. Bye guys.
Bye.